let's start then. So, you're going on a heist, but first, we're doing downtime. Who knows what they're going to be doing for downtime?
I know.
Okay.
I'd like to continue on my progress clock for the court of the Spring Queen. Um,
Yes.
I'm going with uh like expensive lifestyle, and I don't remember what I'm rolling.
2d6 plus your lifestyle.
So
And you
two
can
d
also
six.
spend an additional 100 gold for a +1 3 times.
I'll do all of it because it's very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so 2d6
Yes.
and then five. And then plus two for rich, is it?
Yes, I believe so.
And then
Yes.
I'm gonna spend another $300 for it too. So it's
All right, so +5.
yes. So
Okay.
10.
Oh, you rolled.
Yes.
Oh, I
It
didn't see
was
that.
yeah.
10, you get 2 ticks, so you're 3 away.
And I'm
And
going
what?
to my etiquette
Yeah, you're going to your
classes.
etiquette classes. You're,
Uh
going into the court, talking to people, figuring out like, how do I get onto the list of speakers to petition the queen?
Trying to
Um,
make friends with the court people
yeah,
that I already meet.
yeah, you're gaining
I'm
support for your cause. Cool.
and I'm reading a lot of books. My head hurts at all times. I need to be focused and I hate it. Um but yeah.
Cool.
I'm yeah. I think I will join this party after etiquette class. So I'm also like still like, yeah, okay, calmer now.
All right.
But yeah, that is me. I did my downtime.
Good. Um, who's next?
Mine's pretty simple. I've just got to level up.
Okay. That is pretty simple. What do you do to level up?
So I took another level in fighter, and I picked up the Great Weapon Master feat. So I think from the nature of the feat, I think what I'm doing is I'm practicing with Zul'jin and Makas,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, I think just practicing on looking for opportunities within heavy strikes to surprise combatants with like quick movements. So I'm focusing on when I'm taking strikes, learning like building muscles in areas where you wouldn't normally hit with a swing.
Cool.
Beside that, I also wanted to, if I could, make a roll um, to pick up some rumors.
Oh
Uh,
yes, for your thingy.
yeah, for the establishment. So I think I'm still at a level one establishment, um, which I would like to spend some money to upgrade that as well. Um,
Okay, yeah, spending money to upgrade the establishment is fine.
okay.
That just continues.
Yeah, so let's see. I can spend some money to collect rumors about the quest I'm about to go on. The cost is 100 gold per establishment level. I have to make a successful gather intel check. Yeah, let's see. I think it's just my proficiency plus 100 gold, and I can spend up to my like 100 gold per my establishment level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm gonna do that.
All right. Wait, shouldn't have closed that. $25. Is there a DC in this book?
There is a suggestion for a DC. Hold on. Yeah, so some organizations are easier to spy on than others. When you specify the organizations you're spying on, the GM sets a DC based on the criteria in the section. And you only get results for organizations you named, not smaller organization it controls. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I'm trying to get information about the Celestials, which I'm assuming is not going to be easy.
No. But you got a 25. That's definitely worth something. And the result is useful, actionable information that helps the player make a plan or develop strategy or advance the plot. All right. What kind of information is Finric looking for? You do have a couple of people in Zernemsa who, are from beyond. There's the Nyogi guy whose name I suddenly don't remember.
Onarth?
Onarth. Goddamn, how do I forget that? He's one of my favorite characters. There's Onarth, there's Bellin, there's Strando.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask Onarth.
Yeah, you talk to them, and what do you want to learn?
I guess I want to learn how well guarded these weapons are.
Okay. So yeah, you're talking to Onarth about this. You mention probably what you're after, I assume.
Yes.
And he looks at you. So he, is an eel-faced creature. He is already pretty slack-jawed. But he looks as though he were more slack-jawed as you tell him what the goal is. Are you serious?
Well, I mean, yeah.
And you plan to come back?
That's the only other option, I guess.
Oh, the only other option is not go, but
I'm definitely going.
And I guess I'm taking you. Can I ask why?
Well, I don't like being in the middle of this realm war. But I think Footfalls is probably a better person to ask about that.
Footfalls is not the most communicable guy.
Well,
I have trouble understanding him.
He's if you listen carefully, he's actually pretty eloquent.
Eloquence is good and all, but not for me. Listen, for most of my life, orders were just pumped right into my head. There was no interpretation going on. With that guy, it's all interpretation.
Well, I think the gist is we don't want this entire planet to be destroyed, and the threat of it is pretty constant. With taking this weapon out of their hands, it gives us a fighting chance.
It also potentially dooms everyone, but, you know, that's always a risk. Anyway, I gotta get the ship ready so we can go steal a sword of Damocles. And he, walks off, shaking his head, presumably rolling his eyes, so you can't actually see his irises because his eyes are completely black. Cool.
That's definitely it for me.
Who's next?
Pretty simple for Doftov. He's just going to continue reading and trying to decipher and understand his retainer, the Book of Multuna.
Okay. That's 2 out of 4, I think.
This would be the second instance of reading, which bring it halfway to completion.
Cool.
I think he is trying to, because this refresh my memory if I'm incorrect. This came from it was just discovered out of the tree itself. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is it hewn from the same material? Is it is the cover made of this wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's trying to. I mean, obviously he's reading and trying to uncover, but I think he's also doing some investigations into other instances, historical instances of woodborne books.
Okay.
Such a rarity exists in these parts.
Yeah. I think, yeah, you send out some correspondence to people with bigger libraries than Zernemsa.
Yeah, probably the spring court is a good.
Spring court is an excellent place to ask for information. And there are some stories of books being discovered but never written. Some of the higher ups are 5,000 years old. You would think that someone would be around to remember who wrote this book. The seasons are all very old. But there are occasionally magical tomes that are found that no one wrote and then are lost to time and never discovered again, or discovered 1,000 years later. And this seems to be, one of those magical books where, perhaps it was just written by existence. A fundamental part of the universe made understandable. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
tier 5 temple continues to be built.
That
so
it does.
That's what Toftof's got.
And Gabe.
Yeah. Oh, just question. What level is Finric now?
I think 18 or 17. Hold on. Sorry, it's been so long since I played that I forgot what's going on. Yeah, it's so I've got 6 fighter, 8. Yeah, 18.
Nice. Okay. So, let's start with alchemy because otherwise I'm going to forget it.
Yep.
So let's see here. We're working on a potion of fire giant strength.
Makes sense.
Let's get that one done. I never remember what I roll.
It's a D20 plus 2 plus your stronghold. Because
My stronghold is
Gopala
level
has
3, so it's
plus
level-
2 in survival.
Okay.
No, herbalism.
So I think it's a plus 5 total.
Okay.
20.
20 gets you 4 ticks. So that puts you... Wait.
At 8 out of 11.
Yes, 8 out of 11.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
pretty likely that you'll get it done soon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then as for my downtime, Full Falls is leveling up to level 20. So
Excellent.
yeah. Eva, I think you're saying something, but you're muted. Okay. All right.
All right, so
Okay.
roll credits. We did it.
Yeah, I believe this is
yeah.
the first time I've DM'd
D&D
someone all the way to
5e.
level 20.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked about what's next.
Yes.
Epic levels.
Yes. So, it doesn't stop for him just because he got to the end of typical D&D leveling. He's going to keep on leveling. And get into all sorts of trouble, I'm sure. So what it looks like when he's leveling is he's at the rookery.
Mm-hmm.
And he's training with the Garrison, and it's basically the entire Garrison against him.
Right.
And so he's sitting up in the tower, but his astral self is fighting everyone, appearing everywhere, taking on entire squadrons and things.
Yeah.
And then poofing and then appearing elsewhere, and yeah. You just imagine that, and yeah, that's him leveling.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, that is downtime. And now we get to go into space. So, I don't know, who's been to space and who hasn't specifically. But you get onto the Sun Jumper, which is here in Multuna. I have a new map that is expanding. And we follow the green line out of the Bilka cluster, past the Rendala Void Wisp, past Tluma, into Gaian space, or Gaian
hold on.
territory. Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 questions now. this doesn't work like the Stars Without Number map where you have to kind of go through the hyperlane system. You can
Not really. This is more. So the lines are connections that you can reach without a planner translator.
Oh.
Or. Yeah, so the Sun Jumper is designed to travel through the sun. You know, get from place to place. These are connections between worlds. But the rest of it is the all else. You know, the black between worlds is the all else, which requires a planner translator. It functions very similar to space, where, you know, there's this thing that you know, it's on the edge of sensors as you pass by. There's definitely a realm over there, but, you know, you're not going near it. Arin has, you know, contacted people to say, you know, this is the best route right now. You know, people are going to take care of you in these areas. Tluma is a unclaimed realm currently. You know, there are realms spanning empires out there, like the Gaian Free Realms, which Arin is a part of. Arin being the cloud giant that hangs out at the Rookery, who, you know, specializes in portals and that kind of stuff. She has you go past Atril, Akragula, Upline, Keenis, Losalu, which is a recent acquisition by the Gaian Free Realms, to Austrian, which is a world under the control of the Virtues of Raphael, which is one of the celestial factions.
Is that what the pink?
Yes,
that
pink
brighter
is
pink
Raphael. Gaian Free Realms are gray. Unclaimed are this yellow color. And then Multuna is orange. And then the others are just random colors because they're not claimed, but they're in the Bilka cluster.
Okay. But
And
I was thinking specifically, is the pink, does that refer to celestial worlds?
that refers to Virtues of Raphael, which is a faction of the Celestials.
Okay.
So yes, but not always.
Okay.
So there are other celestial realms that are not pink.
Okay.
But hopefully this shows you a little bit of why the Bilka cluster is called the Bilka cluster. There's only 2 ways in and out. As you pass through these other realms, there are 5 connections everywhere. They're very traversable. They form a more intricate web. And eventually, you know, this takes a while because you're traveling through space. The distances are vast. And I would describe what you see, but the all else is literally everything that doesn't exist. And I can't think of what doesn't exist. Like, I think of some things, but those things are, you know, translated into more understandable because, you know, the Hotel California is one of them, It is a creature from the All Else, but in order to be existing in Multuna, it has to exist in some capacity. It has to accept some of the laws of reality.
I think the things that don't exist are largely like alternate universes kind of thing, like paths not taken, so to speak, like at decision points,
Could be.
and different things that people didn't go down.
That's
I was
some of
also
the stuff
imagining
that doesn't exist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of it might be like high concept stuff, but
Yeah, I mean, you can see some of it. It has form. Like, you even see the Hotel California swimming in the distance. It's still around. But, like, some of the things I literally can't describe because I can't even conceive of them.
That makes sense.
But eventually, you make your way to another realm of existence. You pass through a bunch, but you don't spend much time there because you're just passing by. It's kind of like a gas station stop at the periphery of whatever realm you're actually stopping at, You don't travel to Keenas, you don't go to the capital of that realm. You stop at the gas station on the highway and then keep going. But you get to Austrian, which has 2 planes of existence within it. The one that you enter through is Arene Lucio, which is a flat expanse of desert, largely flat. It's, dunes and all, that is ringed on all sides by fire. And so you enter into this space, you enter into existence somewhere in the middle of this. You see out to the horizon where the fires are, and before that is this, shiny glass landscape. And then as it gets closer, it becomes sand, and there are these, rocks sticking out of the ground. There are actually a lot of like stone towers sticking out of the ground, and then larger hives. And you are brought to the city that I wrote down and now can't find the name of. But
while you're looking for that, I noticed that there's a lot of I'm looking at the cameras and there's a lot of red, so I'm just gonna be like,
yeah. Maybe it's in the other document.
Should I hide my red to like balance it out? Or... Trying to find things that are not red around me, or like. There you go.
Well, I can't find it,
There.
so
I just got like this.
That's more color than you usually have, Gabe.
It is, but don't worry, I still got it under here.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you make your way to Visitor Hive, which is the hive closest to the middle. It is the most temperate of all the realm. This plane on the realm. And it is where the trade happens. It is where you will look the least out of place. Onarth gives you a quick rundown saying, these people who live here are, they're called rastipedes. They're insectoid like me, but they're not, as, they're uglier versions of me, essentially. An ogre version of you would be a rastipede version of me. You understand?
Seems a little judgmental.
And a little rude.
Yeah.
Fair
They
enough.
do have a bit of a hive, except they overthrew their queens and kings, and now run a bit more egalitarian. Um, you know, they are under the thumb of the Celestials, so Celestials say do good stuff to each other, because, that makes good souls. But, not everyone's good. Just because we're in celestial realms doesn't mean you won't get swindled.
I understand.
Anyway, Arin has us meeting with Asrim. He's a local contact she's got. And, yeah, hopefully everything goes well. I'll be here because I don't want to be a part of this. I'm just the getaway driver. For the record, I think this is a bad idea, but if it works, I am happy to help.
We appreciate it, Monarch.
Yeah,
Ooh, the
and
music
so
kicks in.
you head into the hive, and you go to the place that what's his face is at, Asrim. And yeah, you see there are all sorts of humanoid and non-humanoid creatures. There are, the Dalkin. There are goblins. There are rastipedes, which are these kind of pillar-like insectoids. They do have like a humanoid-esque top, and they've got a bunch of legs on the bottom, but they don't exactly have an abdomen in the back. They just got like a pillar of body. Sorry, the noises that this thing's making.
Yeah, some squishies.
Yeah. There's some ooze creatures. There are, goblinoids of every hue. Yeah. And you make your way to Asrim's hostel.
Those little voices are just creepy. Sorry.
I'll lower it a bit. Sorry, it's distracting
That's
me
good.
too. But yeah, you go to the hostel that Asrim runs. Your visitors to the place. Makes sense that you would want to go lie down to avoid suspicion. What are you doing?
Do we know what what Asrim looks like?
No.
Oh.
You said meet this person at this place.
I'd like to do like a perception check to see if anyone looks like they're expecting anyone.
Actually, I'm wondering if this is a skill challenge time.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do a simple skill challenge, just 3 things to figure out what's going on and not get swindled along the way.
Bring us over there when you.
Oh, my bad. I keep forgetting.
Okay.
I feel like since I'm
Well,
a charisma caster, maybe I should do something that requires charisma.
That makes
Talk to
sense.
people.
you're basically doing a gather information roll
Yeah.
without gather information being a skill anymore.
Someone wants to go first so I could figure out what I'm doing.
I think Doff wants to size up the clientele and workforce here and like make sure that we are kind of being applicably under the radar, that nobody has eyes on us, and if they are, to try and like be kind of cautious about it. I was kind of angling for an insight check.
Okay. Yeah,
If that makes sense.
I think that makes sense. DC 15.
Okay. Make sure I'm not on advantage. I was because of saves in the last mission.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, rolled a 5, got a 16.
Excellent. Yeah, so you're crossing through the streets of this hive on your way to this hostel. You're 4 humanoids. There are plenty of humanoids around, even some that look kind of like you. Halflings are not the weirdest thing out there, but they're not uncommon. I don't know. Yeah, like not everyone is a 4-dimensional cube, but there are some. There are people who look like humans.
I mean, we know there's a realm of gnomes that are fighting the giant walking skeleton head. So
Yeah. So like,
I don't remember this at all.
some of
that's
us
where
know
Amelia
this.
Earhart was.
Okay.
This is a silly campaign.
Yeah.
As I just said.
Yes, Amelia Earhart did fight giant skeleton heads with gnomes. So yeah, you see a range of people who look similar to you to vastly alien to you. You don't really stand out. And it doesn't seem like anyone's following you. Who would like to go next?
So I'm
Well-
gonna wait.
I'll go again. No.
No. Well, there's always Footfalls' tried and true perception.
Okay, yeah. What are you looking for?
I like what Eva mentioned earlier, which is like someone waiting for somebody else. Also looking for any kind of trouble, anyone who to avoid, so we can steer the group in another direction, so we don't get distracted from the mission.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely see there are, a couple ruffian gangs. Most of them goblinoid. There seem to be more so than any other specific species besides the rastipedes. There are a lot of goblins, and they look like they're ready to lure people, grab something simple but maybe expensive and lure them into an alley where they can, actually pounce. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are also a
Okay.
couple uniformed guards around that maybe aren't the best people to talk to or go near because...
Well, then I think what it looks like is we get like a goblin cut purse comes by to take something from one of us, and Footfalls intercepts, and he speaks goblin, and he's basically tells this goblin to stay away, and basically from then on all the rest of the goblins are like, okay, don't mess with those guys.
Yeah. You see this goblin is getting ready to sprint at the group, and you're just already there behind him, put a hand on his shoulder, didn't even notice you as you were over in front of him, and now you're behind him. And that just freaks him out so much. Yeah, all the other goblins see this spread word not to mess with the Kenku.
Friend?
Cool.
Is there like a barkeep or like a bar or like a reception desk? of some
Yeah.
sorts?
So you eventually make your way to the hostel, and it's a pretty simple square. Well, no, it wouldn't be square. It's cut into the hive. But it's a simple building. It's a couple stories tall, and it does serve food to its patrons. It's got a continental breakfast. Um,
Okay. Um,
and yeah, there are a couple rastipedes that are, going from place to place, going into the back and coming back with food. And one of them, looks at you and quickly looks away and goes to talk to a couple others, and then they look at you and look away, and they notice. Um,
I'd I'd like to stop one of the servers,
yeah.
I guess, and ask them, be like, excuse me, we're expected by a friend.
Yes. Do you know this party's extension? Their name? Their
yes.
generation? Operating number? Anything?
We're looking for Asrim.
Ah. Yes. How about we get you settled in your room?
I was trying to like do like a check.
Yes.
Like
make a check.
I was trying to be persuasive.
Yeah.
Or yeah, something with charisma.
Yeah.
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 That.
Yeah, so you talk to this serving person, and you mention Asrim, what you're here for, and they, fully earnestly want to get you out of earshot of other patrons.
I kind of like I nod to the rest of the party and I follow the what are they called? Insectoids?
Rastipedes.
Rastipedes.
Yes, they are insectoids.
They're Jamaican bugs.
That's the only thing that comes to my mind as well, but I'm gonna get over it in the next few minutes, I promise.
Yeah, so this Rastipede server brings you up to an empty set of rooms, or a room with bunks. But the bunks aren't really what you're here for. What you're here for is Asrim. And the server kind of just slumps over and then restarts, it seems like. I am Asrim. Well, I am not Asrim, but I'm Asrim.
Is this the correct way of contacting you then?
Yes, this is my hostel. This is where I am to be contacted. I run this establishment in the background. I am a spirit of sorts.
Very nice to meet you. Do a little curtsy. I just left etiquette classes.
Of course.
Big bow from Doftoff. He is a lord.
So, you four are looking to steal a Damocles? I've been speaking with Aaron. I know the gist of what's going on. Yes?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Good. Then you'll be interested in the information I have gathered, yes?
please.
Yes, please.
So you're new to all of this. You've, never been outside of your realm, I think?
I've been outside of our realm, but
Haven't
Planes and
gone
realms
far.
remind me.
What?
Multuna is a realm,
Yes,
correct?
Multuna is a realm.
Yeah.
As is Belathesia and Mortuja and
Which
the
are all
other
in the
ones.
Basically-
cluster.
The whole map we just saw.
Each one of those is a
Each
realm.
one is a realm.
Got it.
Yeah, you know,
And each of them has planes on it.
yes.
Different.
Like Austrian has two realms. Has two planes. It is one realm, and you are on one of the planes, which is an eternal daylight desert.
Some of us have traveled inter-realm, but not this far.
Well, this is the multicosmos. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Anyway, you are traveling to the stalwart duty of the Vigilant Knight. That
Are
is
we now?
the angelic name for the silo that the sword is kept. How much do you know about Damocles?
Can you say that name again?
Stalwart duty of the what?
Stalwart duty of the Vigilant Knight. And I will post
I
it.
wrote knife.
That too. That's also there. Thank you.
How much do you know
Vigilant
about
Knight.
Damocles, about all this?
I don't think.
Wow,
I-
you've really never been outside your realms.
Can I make a history check for Blythe?
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Get
Dofta's gonna
20.
perk up. Get a 20. Do it. You do have +4, or not plus D4, I should say. But that's
Oh.
not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Doftoff says, we were at one point approached by, I don't know if this you have these here, succubus.
Not
But-
here, but I know of them. I'm acquainted.
It was my first time too. And she really wanted us to work with the fiends to get a Damocles in our realm to basically some sort of a deterrence to the angelic forces that wish to control our realm and turn the souls into a fuel source or a ship.
What was her name, if I may ask?
Insight check.
Go for it. He thinks he might know who you're talking about.
23. But no, he's not trying to. Do I think he's allied with this person at all? As insight check goes. I don't know if
Yeah.
you'll get me that.
This is a person he knows. He thinks it's a person he knows and likes.
Okay. I don't see the harm. Doftoff's willing to play. She introduced herself as Aisheth.
I thought so. She is part of the organization that I work for. I suppose I haven't properly introduced myself. I, am Asrim, but I'm also a member of the Lies of Baal-Zebul. As the Virtues of Raphael is a faction of the Celestial Host, the Lies of Baal-Zebul is a faction of the Gehenna Federation.
Okay.
You're
for
gonna
now,
need somebody in the chat, my dude.
Pronouns in the chat.
So like proper nouns, hit me up because you just threw like 7 at us, and I,
Yeah.
as
It's-
one of the 2 characters I think that was in the conversation with Aisha here, none of these came up in that conversation.
Gehenna sounds familiar to me, but I think I'm going back to like Bible study stuff.
Oh yeah, Gehenna is a biblical thing.
Oh God.
Okay. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Aishith and Asrim are members of the Lies of Baal-Zebul.
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking
Wait.
This all feels so important. I'm glad
Wait,
that
wait.
at least Blythe is taking her ADHD medication. Holy shit.
Right.
And so the lies are contra to the virtues of Raphael.
Yes.
Raphael.
So the virtues of
So-
Raphael are members of the Celestial Host. Lies of Baal-Zebul are members of the Gehenna Federation. I think I actually might have spelled Gehenna wrong, but
And Gehenna is what now?
Gehenna is
Asrim can tell us.
devils.
Oh, right.
Hey.
So angels and devils war against each other. You are stealing from angels, and this is a devil who is helping you.
This is too much for my religious trauma to handle right now. Oh Lord. Okay.
We're in holy war now.
Wait,
Mhm.
isn't Doftov a cleric?
Dofthoff is a cleric,
Mm-hmm.
and
What?
used to be a cleric of Urgalan,
Yeah.
admiral of the Celestial Fleet.
One of the
now-
celestial
he would know
fleets.
some of this, maybe. He may not know any of this because
No, this was all kept secret from you.
yeah, the Dofthoff.
Like you didn't even know
Dofthoff
Urgalan was an
believed
admiral.
Urgalan was a halfling deity, not his admiral of angelic fleet that he
Yeah.
actually is.
So just a
Yeah,
thing. The Celestials tell people things in order to make them follow them. Not all of it's true.
I am happy that I punched out when I could, because my goodness, there's a lot that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the devils just straight up name themselves the lies.
This faction, yes. They are the
Okay.
lies of Baal-Zebul. It's a translation. They have their own word for it.
Oh no, that's delightful. Oh no. Never mind. Sorry, I thought I knew the devil, whatever it's called, infernal, but I don't. Not in this character. Might be.
No, you've got too many other edgelords that probably know Infernal.
Yeah, I do. I do. That is true. Oh Lord. Okay.
So yeah. Asrim is, telling you about how he's a handler for a spy organization within the lies of Baal-Zebul. It sounds
Balls
like
of
Aishtif.
bull.
No, I didn't even think about that, but okay.
It's right there in the name.
Yep, it's all bull.
I'm gonna quietly tap Doftov in the shoulder and be like, so what deity are you the cleric of now?
I am the Cleric of Multuna. The energy of our realm flows through me, and I harness it and act in its benefit. Urgalan did not like this, and me being here, I now realize presents potentially heightens our aura here.
Don't worry. This target was picked because it's not within the purview of Urgalan. Urgalin is a member of the Thrones of Zafkiel. You don't need to know this name.
I'm gonna need to write it down because it comes up in 20 sessions. So,
Oh, there's an A. Zaf.
yeah. So if Urgalin's a member of the Thrones of Zafkiel, and they're not a purview of this, then which membership is in charge of this?
This is the virtues
This
of Raphael.
This is the virtue of Raphael. Okay.
Yes. That's why you're here rather than in the thrones.
The thrones have a different sword.
Possibly several. I don't know the exact number everyone has. But there is a sword here, and it is not connected to your former god.
This is better news.
Right. Aaron explained much of this to me.
And not to us.
Actually, if you go back and read the text I sent.
Did she say all of this nonsense?
Oh, no, well, it's sort of, you kind of had to know a little bit.
It requires context, which also requires other context. It's kind of like a memes referencing other memes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can understand this one, but there are deeper layers. Also, I have to get a nail clipper. I'll be back in just like 5 minutes, seconds.
I need to know more about this demon. There is so much going on.
I think Aaron did say a little more to me that I did not
It's fine.
Include here.
That would make sense. You would not necessarily include her words verbatim as you contacted us.
I'm back.
Life will kind of like look at the recipe and go, if I may ask, if it wouldn't be too rude, what order of demon are you?
What order of demon?
Mm-hmm.
I am no demon. I'm a devil. Demons and devils are very different things.
I understand. Excuse my ignorance. It is my first time.
There's a good similarity.
It's a lot of people's first time.
We'll come back to this because Blythe really she has to ask. Sorry. Yes.
Demons and devils consume souls. We can consume any soul of any sufficiently advanced creature. Angels are distinct in this, as they can only consume the souls of the good, the kind, the virtuous. So while us fiends are similar, and they would have you believe that we are the same thing, we are distinct.
Of course. I'm quite new in this understanding of the celestial and the not. So I apologize if I offended you, Ninka. I was wondering more as to how come you're so powerful to be so close to the thrones of the virtues of Raphael and yet remain undetected.
Because I have no physical form. I am simply a mental impression. It's why I was chosen to be a handler, a spy.
And can people call you from anywhere they want? Or is it that you're tied to this location?
There are rituals that can call me. However, I rather like staying where I am. I have no need to leave.
That's fair. I'm getting a headache.
Understandable.
Focusing.
So,
God, Darren hardest.
So,
I think we got a bit off topic. What do you know about Damocles?
Oh. I'm guessing a 12 gets me absolutely nothing.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Fofals is gonna just Fofals opens his mouth, and Aaron's voice comes out.
Mm-hmm.
The swords of Damocles are realm killers.
Yes.
And forged at the end of the God War, so on and so forth. He goes on through the whole thing. Only 2 have been used, both by the Celestial Host.
Yes. And you can see why we're eager to get them out of their hands. Now, I have
But
been...
wouldn't that tip the balance the other way?
Yes. In my favor. In our favor.
And then what are your intentions?
Domination? The end of celestial kind? Or at least their diminishment. Each devil has their own ambitions. Celestials just get in the way. What would you do? You're going to steal the Realm Killer. Do you have plans for it? Or is it a threat, like it is here?
A threat.
Then the balance won't shift too drastically. The devils won't gain any significant foothold. Maybe we take Austrian, maybe we take the surrounding realms. But we're not particularly different from the Celestials.
I don't know that that works in your favor, as we don't particularly care for the Celestials right now.
That's fine. I don't particularly care for devils. I just am one, and I work with them.
So then, a realm under the Gehenna Federation would look quite similar to a realm under one of the Celestials.
Yes. A different governor, different uniforms, largely the same. Less strict religion. They mandate goodness, or try to.
So, regardless of our intent for the sword, us taking it out of the angelic hands would be a benefit to you.
Yes, which is why I'm here helping.
Of course. So do you need to know our intent? Question mark?
I'm just curious. If you don't wish to tell me, you don't have to.
We don't wish to.
What
Very
my friend
well.
said.
So,
How big are these?
what?
The swords? How big? Thinking about transport and thieving.
The size of the room?
Oh!
Are they... Can we resize them? Are they collapsible?
You want to resize a realm-destroying device.
Well, they were titled swords, and
Purposes of transport.
I have never heard of such a way. Doesn't mean there isn't one.
looking through my spells again.
Yeah, right.
Just looking through my spells every 5 seconds as if something changed.
High-powered version
Alright.
of Enlarge Reduce. A level 9 version of Enlarge Reduce.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all, this heist is possible.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
However, it is not easy.
It's Duff kind of shakes his head. It's like tries to put it out of his mind. The intense task that's in front of him. He says, if not resizable, can they be dismantled or destroyed without engaging them?
I wouldn't know. I've never seen their schematics.
Fair enough. Yes, I should have not even bothered with your previous
also-
answer. Not an insult, just makes sense.
By our specific crew's capabilities of reducing one such item into smaller parts without destroying it, since none of us are particularly adept. Actually, question: is Finric an artificer? No, right?
No, Finric has multi-classed into 3 different classes, but they are
Okay.
all
Non-artificer.
martial classes.
Okay. So since none
Well,
of us are
Rangers have
partic-
spells, but you know.
since we're not particularly adept with mechanisms, I think we shouldn't attempt that. My question was more of if we somehow acquired a device or item that would allow us to teleport large items with us. Would that be possible to do within this realm?
Yes, the laws of magic are similar enough to your realm. It should be fine. So,
I have no idea what else. Is there like an item that will teleport gigantic items? Is that a thing? Like 5 teleportation stones
There
placed in a
are-
pentagram?
portal generating spells. You could launch the device.
So, I've never used this spell, and I haven't fully researched it, so it's not ready to go. But upon me sitting down and spending some amount of rest with it, I've heard of this spell. I think it's called Gate.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Could this is something that may or may not work. It's a very far distance.
Yes.
I don't know if the magic I wield is powerful, but that seems...
That would probably work. But you'd have to be, there, using it on the sword.
Oh, of course.
And that is the challenge, really. Getting there. I imagine you'd like me to detail some of the issues that you'll have.
Yeah, why don't we go to the big table and look and see what this heist has in store for us?
Yes. So
I am writing down so many notes, and we're not even starting the note-taking part of the session.
the what was it? Shit. The stalwart duty of the vigilant knight has several layers of defenses. The first layer is the garrison. The garrison is a military base, not close to the silo, but not far. Maybe 20 minutes by airship. maybe more if they have to gather people, actually get into the airship and take off. You'll have to worry about their radar and anti-aircraft artillery. The stalwart duty also has anti-aircraft. Around the stalwart duty is a fence, unmanned but magically warded. The actual compound has 6 towers with lookouts. They don't give warning shots. Next is
six towers.
There's 6 towers and 6 walls. Well, 5 walls and 1 open. That is also surrounded by a gate. A fence, sorry. There's the outer wall, 1 gate. If you are to somehow make it there, you will be inspected. They have a Zvart on duty at all times. Zvarts are goblinoids that can detect magic.
Sorry about that.
Zvart. They also have augur gems, which connect to the garrison that allow them to keep an eye on what's happening there. So, if something does happen, the garrison will be alerted and they will send troops. Once you're in, you have to get through the vault door. A vaulted door, yes. You need a passcode to get in. Then you go down to the first layer, and you're in. There are alarm wards. If someone comes in unannounced, the launch control center closes automatically. The launch control center is where you would arm and fire the sword. And lastly, if the launch control center is locked and not unlocked from the inside, every 5 minutes they have to hit a key button to prevent it from frying itself. Listen, you're going to try and steal realm killers. They're secure.
Prevent the sword from frying itself?
No, this would be the launch controls.
Oh, prevent the launch controls. What happens if they get fried?
But you can't launch it.
That sounds alright.
Perfectly fine. But it is something to keep in mind. If you don't need to go into the launch control center, then that doesn't matter.
You said goblinoids. Who are the if this is under the control of the virtues of Raphael, are Celestials primarily the ones guarding this, or have they contracted other beings?
The virtues of Raphael are an empire. They are staffed by angels, staffed by goblins, Vidalcan, superb owls, all sorts.
Super Bowls? What?
Hey, no, they're
The-
superb
the-
owls. They're intelligent owls. They call themselves
thank-
superb owls.
Thank you for the.
Yes. There are
what we do in the shadows
rastipedes,
reference.
borzags, humans, halflings, whatnot. But yes, angels as well. In fact, the commander and lieutenant commander are both angels. I have names if you want them.
We'll address that
Yes.
if the time comes.
Actually, I would like.
Yeah,
Come
they're fun names
yeah,
too.
we'll write it down.
Yeah.
So the commander is Tight Grip on the Heirloom Blade, and the lieutenant commander is Gleaming Hope in the Downtrodden's Eye.
Great, wonderful names. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
With name again.
Listen, angels have very specific, complicated names. You know, Last Breath of a Dying Friend. Important information folded upon itself many times over.
So to get in, we would at least need a passcode.
You'll need a passcode, the planner translator that allows the Damocles to be launched also requires a passcode, and the launch commands are their own separate 2 passcodes, if you're planning to launch it. Doesn't sound like you are.
Sorry, there's 2 different codes?
There are many codes, 4 at least. What's the... Yes.
There's a long shot. Do you have any access or know anyone with access to any of these passcodes?
No, but I know
Fair.
the name of the person who does create the passcodes. They work at the silo and are in the underground bunker. But I know their name. They're the head of the IT department. Their name is Squelch. They are some sort of ooze.
Perfect name. Best name of the campaign.
Thank you.
I don't know. Have you met a Teletubby yet? Okay.
So we would still need a passcode in order to get through the vaulted door that would get us into the silo.
Well, actually,
Yes. Or get through the hatch somehow, or dig your way in. Though the walls are likely warded.
Right.
reading all of my spells again.
Yes, good.
Just
You have chosen to do a
fifth
very
time.
risky thing. You should know exactly what everything does if you want to do it. And do remember, you have those 6 flashbacks that you can use.
God, why is this? Why? I have so many teleportation spells.
Yeah.
All of them are within a place that you can see.
Yes, most teleportation, you must be able to see it. I think some allow you to call a distance. However, the exact specifications of the facility are not known specifically for that reason. Because they understand how magic works, and they know that if someone knew how far down to go, they would do so.
Clarification on the flashbacks.
Yes.
It says that they may only be used once. Is this by each individual player, or is it by the party?
Each one can be used once. So there are 6.
Oh.
But if Finric uses one,
Yeah,
then
then
I
that is
can't
it.
use that. Okay.
each one can only be used once by the party.
Okay.
Hey, I have no idea how we're gonna pull this.
Me
None.
neither.
Great. Great.
None of this heist was mentioned in the initial communique for False.
Feel like, can we?
He
Is it?
said
would
heist,
it?
right?
No, because
No.
you didn't tell me heist. You didn't say the word heist to me.
You said we were going
I
to go
was
take out
aware-
the Sword of Damocles.
No,
Well,
I
what
was
were you
aware there was a heist.
expecting?
I. Okay, so how many sessions does this need to be?
Yeah.
How many do you want it
'Cause-
to be? Because this could be a longer thing.
Because
It already sounds pretty long.
we need to gather information for the codes, manage to sneak in through the first gate from the garrison, and then
So you don't
manage
have to go to the
sneak.
garrison. You just have to get to the silo. They're two different things. Here,
Right,
I
but
can.
the garrison has radar and will know if we're approaching.
Yeah, but
Presumably,
there are
unless we
ways
do
to get
stuff.
in that
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
involve that.
Again, I'm the teleportation. Like I don't think I can explain to you how many. Well, actually, I can count them for you. I'll count them for you real fast. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teleportation spells
Good.
and 1 teleportation reaction. Actually, no. Oh no. Maybe there's a chance I fucked up. Give me a second. Okay.
So, yeah, these are 3 different
Location.
locations. Oh, let me just make sure I'm not giving away any information that I don't want you to have.
It's 3 green circles.
No, I'm looking at a different map. Hold on. So, he does have this. A map of the outside of the facility.
Eric broke up for everybody else, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Can't hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Nope.
No?
Never mind.
Oh no, I think something wrong.
Speaking of heist, someone stole Eric's internet.
They stole the pipes.
All the
Good
little
thing,
pipes
because
are gone.
I have no fucking clue how we're gonna do this. Legit, the more I'm looking at them, I'm like, what? Like, I thought we'd have to be sneaky, but as far as I'm reading, there's like no way to be sneaky.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
hello.
Okay, good. So, when designing a heist, one of the advices given was problems, not puzzles. Now, that being said, there absolutely is a way to do this. But you don't have perfect information. Yeah.
would it be possible to make this the information gathering session? Because
That would make sense, yes.
I don't want to like make decisions for everyone else. I'm just asking.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Sounds like this should be split into multiple sessions, probably. Does that that sounds right for everyone?
Yeah.
I thought it was clear that this was going to be a heist because you're essentially stealing a nuclear missile from a nuclear silo.
Yep.
I was semi-aware of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, it makes sense. I didn't know this was going to be a full-on heist mission until your miss came through. This is all to say, like, I don't have a problem with
Okay.
this being.
It's
like,
just more of a surprise than you were expecting.
It is the complexity at work. Granted, makes sense. This is a party with a level 20, level 19, and level 18.
Yeah. So the thing is,
And Blythe.
And Blythe,
Sorry.
straight combat.
Blythe with 6 teleportation types
Yeah.
as well.
So straight combat isn't a challenge for y'all anymore. I can throw 20
You
CR
got a
20
little hairy
things,
the
and
last
you'll
mission.
still not be challenged.
Literally, last mission, I was like falling like unconscious
Yeah,
off
but
a
you're
gigantic
level-
tree.
You're level
I know.
10.
11.
11. We've got a level 20, 19, and 18, 17.
18.
And like they're all optimized for something.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like,
I'm the
combat is not
reverse
a
of
challenge.
optimized.
Not to say there
You
isn't
threw 10 boulders
combat.
at us. That got hairy.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, Fulfill's even lost hit points.
I know. Wow. So combat's definitely a possibility here, but not the focus.
I'm not saying like I wasn't expecting a combat mission. I
Right, but I was
every
thinking
level
like
of this heist makes it seem more and more impossible. I realize you designed this not to just be a block in the way. Like I understand you're creating problems, not puzzles, and also problems that can be overcome, not impossibilities. 'Cause why
also
would you
like
play that game?
think about it from the people who own it. They don't want this stolen.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they 100% do not want this stolen.
Okay.
So they are
So-
throwing everything, compounding layers of defenses to make this as hard as it can be.
So let's start with the first. Okay, let's start with our first problem, which is how we get to the silo. We have to decide whether or not we're going to do it through the garrison or if we're going to attempt to somehow get there directly. We cannot fly there because they have the missiles. What is that? Sorry, the map? What is the map?
This is the stalwart duty garrison, or not garrison? Excuse me.
This
Silo.
is the stalwart duty of the Vigilant Knight or something, right? Yeah.
This is where the Damocles is.
In the basement.
Does the Sunjumper have radar?
It has sensors. Radar's probably something like them. Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know what you're pointing at.
The broken rock looking formation.
Ah, yes. So you know, Asrim, has this map of the place. That is one of the great stone towers. This plane, Luciu, is connected to Noctis. Both are flat deserts. They are connected only by these towers. This is the desert of the day. Noctis is the desert of the night. Rather than dig through the sand, they simply uprooted one of the towers.
So it used to be a tower.
Well, yes.
So basically, the basement of the silo used to be the basement of the tower.
Yes.
So if we can get to the equivalent tower in the night desert, we can teleport to the basement of the silo?
It's possible you also might teleport to the basement of the uprooted tower.
Oh.
No one has tried this for reasons.
Yeah, okay. Um, how far is the night desert? Where is the night desert, rather? It's in a different realm, I'm assuming?
It's the same realm. If this desert is a coin, it's the other side. So you travel there through a stone tower, pass through the desert of the night, and find your way to the other stone tower.
And these stone towers, they were used to function as such, to teleport people one way.
Yes.
And to get to night desert, we would need a stone tower, or could we use our sun jumper for it?
There's no sun.
Oh.
So you would have to go through the towers.
And where would there be a functioning tower on this side?
Well, there are quite a few. I can get someone to collect a map for you if you'd like.
Yes, I'm sorry, I say, and I look around to the rest of the party. I feel like I'm sidetracking.
So for your notes, I have a compiled list of the layers of defenses.
Oh, thank fuck.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Would it
There
be
are.
possible to throw that into the Discord message list instead, just for formatting purposes?
Yes.
Yes, the hair from a horse. Oh.
Sent.
Hmm.
Yeah, the chat in
Discord.
Roll20 breaks it up. And yeah.
Yeah.
Ah!
What?
I just got to the full chat because I was only reading the bottom part, and I was like, oh, okay. No. Okay. How impossible is it to cross the desert on foot?
Not impossible. It's hot. You'll want the right protection, but doable. You
Are there-
lot might need extra protection as you have flesh instead of carapaces, but
Oh. Are there mounts that could be taken into the desert?
yes.
That would solve our anti-aircraft problem.
Yes, walking will help.
Our magical wards, they detect magical items, I'm assuming.
What? Which ones?
The magical wards of the second layer.
No, that is the magically warded fence. Likely hurts. It's a deterrent.
Oh,
to keep people out. Probably also has some alarms.
okay.
Not so much of a detection as a... Well, yes, detection, but not specifically. No scrying.
How far of a range are these Varts capable of in detecting their magic?
Smell?
How good are their noses?
How good is yours? Probably a
Not
little better
very.
than them. Probably theirs is a little better.
Well, well. Tough does have pretty good perception. Does that
Yeah, I
include-
guess. Occasionally good.
Yeah. Does that
Yeah.
include the noisome variety?
Pain and suffering. I'm dying.
It's just the 7 layers of defenses of the stalwart duty, the vigilant knight. You know.
Okay. I need to stop reading layer 7. I still haven't figured out layer 2.
You probably won't have to deal with layer 7. It sounds like you're just going to go to the Damocles and teleport it out.
Hmm.
Or at least that's the plan.
Well, this does give me an idea.
Good.
What is the idea?
The idea is that we could set off the well, once we get the sword out, or we're about to, we can set off the self-destruct of the silo, so that we can make it look like we were trying to hide the theft of the weapon.
The more I read this, the more I get. Okay. I do have a question.
You probably have many.
Yes, but one of them is, if the sword is more like a Death Star,
It's more like a nuke.
yes, but you can't pinpoint a nuke.
Yes.
I see.
What do you see?
You can't pinpoint a nuke.
Okay.
I understand what this is used for. It's not a sword.
Oh, you see.
I do.
Good.
Now I do. Okay. Where would you say would be the closest tower to here for the night?
Well, if there's one
Finish this.
translated to, your cardinal directions from theirs, because they have like a clockwise, anti-clockwise, in-out kind of way. To the north-northeast, there's one. You look confused.
No, I'm just
thinking?
There's, yep.
Okay.
There's so many things. Eric?
Yeah.
Eric!
Yes. It's a heist.
It is, but it's a heist for a nuke. I thought it was a sword. Which you tried to correct many times. You tried to correct that perception of mine multiple times
I
before we got here.
specifically
I am
didn't
aware.
correct you because I wanted
You
you to
asked
still
me
think it was a
multiple.
sword.
Yeah.
But I
You asked me
did.
multiple times.
I did give you many clues.
Yeah. You were like, so what do you think the sword is? I'm like, I know the myth.
Right. The Sword
Yeah.
of Damocles.
Yeah.
No, I got this from a podcast that referred to nukes as the swords of Damocles.
Ah,
Um,
I see now.
I may or may not have recommended the podcast to
he
him.
did. It was great. It's 5 hours. A brief history of nuclear warfare leading up to the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Ah, that
And
explains
by
a lot.
brief, I mean the first thing is 4 hours, and then they do 1 hour on the Cuban Missile Crisis.
What would
Okay.
it take?
I'm just. Where do we even begin with this? How
Yeah.
do you guys want to handle this? Also, Mike, you've been quiet. I don't know if you have any reaction or anything. Oh. Nope.
Oh no! Oh
No,
no!
probably not for like
Oh no!
40
Oh.
minutes.
Yeah, I just thought you were quiet, Mike. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Did it just happen to be that we talked and when you weren't talking?
I feel so bad now. I thought you were just being quiet.
Does it usually just have to leave the Discord chat and come back, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Hey,
Hey.
yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
What? How much did we miss?
Not a lot. I just had some ideas, but they're pretty like basic.
It's better than nothing, honestly. Give it. Shut
Yeah,
up.
I mean, there are a couple of things like I was questioning whether or not we could get through the first layer easily. Only because we're unfamiliar with what the Garrison radar actually is. But I have a couple of stealthy things I can do to get us through. I have a device that would put invisibility and non-detect on us, at least get us
Yeah.
through the first layer.
Right. And that is something, going off of that, that is something I did want to, because if the Sunjumper has radar, then we might know if radar can detect invisible things, because radar is based off of light. So if we're invisible, presumably light is going through us or around us or something. So radar would not detect us.
Mm-hmm.
Can you confirm or deny, Mr. Novik?
So, you being invisible won't be detected by the Garrison. I don't know if you would be able to do that to a ship. That seems...
Yeah, well, I know that at one point Duff had the cloud thing.
I think he doesn't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that only applied to people which we could float in, but that was part of the Necklace of Prayer Beads, which Doftov cast aside as it was
Right.
kind of one of his last definitive ties to Urugal. And
Question.
Yeah?
What would it take to become an authorized approach? Is there anything going in or out of the garrison or in and out of the silo in the next 3 days?
Yes. Would you like to know what they are?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So, what's his face? Asrim.
Asrim.
Tells you about, there's a guard change every 8 hours to make sure that they're not overtaxed, so that they're alert. There is food brought to the stalwart duty, so that people can stay refreshed, well fed, well hydrated, as well as shipments of fuel, and then also food for the angels that live there, because the angels never take a day off.
And how is the food brought in?
It is brought in by airship, just like the troops.
Where is this supplied from?
The food is, I think, I wrote this down. I definitely wrote this down. I just have to find it. The food is brought from the nearby hive, visitor's hive.
The food is brought from here?
Yes, the food is brought from here.
Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty convenient.
The fuel is brought from the garrison. There's also regular maintenance crews that come from the garrison and go inside to make sure everything is still working properly.
Can I just say, the one thing that keeps popping in my head is that in heist movies, you always end up having to split the party.
Yes.
And it's just repeating in my head an infinite. And I'm just like, no, this is a horrible idea.
Well, one of you has to do one thing while the other does the other thing. Because if both things don't happen simultaneously...
Wait, what are you saying, Dave?
Doftoff is the smallest, so he needs to go in the vents.
Just like, is there 4-way sending stones? Is that a thing?
Do we have any Adventure Zone Stones of Far Speech up in this?
You could look around town, see if there's some sending stones.
That would be pretty convenient. Okay, other question.
Mm-hmm.
The tower.
Yeah.
How guarded is it on the other side?
Asrim doesn't know. He hasn't sent people to the other side because that isn't his... That's not specifically his job. So, Asrim is a spy. He has collected information about this place. But his main concern is the garrison and the goings-on of the city here.
What I'm thinking is, if...
So, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
I was going to say, it's a good question. Absolutely
Yeah.
should find out. But it is not readily accessible.
Trying to figure out. Okay. Okay. Continue. I'm just gonna keep looking at things.
So what's with the food? Is it prepared ahead of time? And do we know what the fuel is?
Yeah. So the food is prepared ahead of time by Kathest. He's a Rastapede chef. He's got an assistant cook, Kossuth Brindlemark, who's a halfling. I can put these in the thing. And they come, daily. Basically, they restock their supplies. They provide the food for the angels, and fuel is likely just refined soul stuff. Probably locally sourced, so souls from the plane of death here.
I just realized I never added my 5th Eldritch Invocation on Roll20.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that right now. Because I was reading it and I was like, I have one more thing. But yeah, I'll add that right now.
Okay. Man. Can you put us back on the map with the stalwart duty?
Yes.
These lists, the list of defenses isn't really sticking in my brain, but if I look at it, it might help.
Okay.
What are these things in front of the gate? They look like troop carriers. The things in front of the gate.
Oh.
Are they troop carriers?
Yes, those are troop carriers.
You got, okay, that's funny. You got clone troopers to man the walls?
I figured they'd be recognizable, and I was kind of pressed for time because I only actually finished that about an hour before we started. Less than.
All right.
Blythe really wants to explore the tower situation on the other side. And she would voice that. But also she doesn't want to distract from the attempts to gather information that we're doing.
I guess something to ask up front for Eric, like, what's our time frame for this? How long can we reasonably be here before we execute this mission, before we get noticed?
So, I'm thinking there's a clock in the background that as you accumulate failures, you will gather attention on yourself, and people will take notice of these strange people asking weird questions.
Can anyone disguise themselves? I ask as Blythe. I cannot do the voice right now. I'm really trying to figure out.
Unfortunately, that's never really been my magical purview.
Can go unseen.
So, what? We know the cook's names. Oh, we lost someone. Mike. Oh, Mike was trying to talk.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I just was thinking I do have some ability with mundane disguises. Nothing magical.
Okay. Might still be able to work with that.
Also, I lied. I have, did I say 5 teleporting abilities? I meant 6. And nothing to do with them.
But I think at some point, if I don't know if you have dimension door, but I was thinking something like that might be useful.
I don't.
Oh fuck.
So, do you want to know what I have? Would that be helpful? Oh! Well, I have that. I have Thunderstep. I have, Misty Step. I have, Misty Escape, which is a reaction version of Misty Step. I have, Blink, Thunderstep, Far Step, which is quite similar to Misty Step, and Scatter. I additionally have Relentless Hex, which means I can teleport close to things that I have hexed and can see. So.
Okay, so why do you even walk?
It's honestly, I have little feathers and I can teleport. I cannot fly. This is where I am in
Okay.
this arc of this character. We're figuring it out.
So we talked before about like, it's sending stones or whatever. I 100% forgot it only lasts an hour, but I, as part of my domain, have telepathic bond.
Nice.
That's wonderful.
Up to 8 willing creatures. What's the range?
It's 30 to cast, but then it's over any distance as long as they're not across planes.
Okay, but it lasts
an hour.
Okay.
Okay, that would be very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it would give us
Maybe
like
I
the
just
first
split.
hour. Yeah. But then it would rely on perfectly executing everything without a hitch. God, this is so exciting. Okay, sorry.
I am
Or
so
we could
glad
just-
that you think so.
Or we could just do it within the hour.
Yeah.
We could just.
Oh, we could do it within. Okay, yeah, sure. Again, I think we should all try to find different ways of entering, just for the sake of heists. Usually need multiple entrances.
Toff asks Asrim, excuse me. These cooks, the head chef and the assistant chef, do they accompany the food in their transport? I know it's prepared ahead of time, but would there be any reason for them to accompany, as one of them is a halfling and I also am a halfling?
Yes, I think they trade off traveling to the silo, to the base.
And they bring the food in, yes, and this is somewhat predictable.
Yes.
Okay, that's one.
What languages are they supposed to be speaking?
Good question.
Who?
Because I do not speak Celestial.
Do we have did we have any extra universal translators in the
Just gonna ask you.
in the thing?
I don't know, but I can check.
If they speak Celestial, Dofthoff would give his universal translator to Blythe, and because he does speak Celestial.
Actually, I think did False wind up with this? Actually, I don't think he did. Yeah, that's right, because he's already got an ability that does that, basically. Okay, I was just thinking, since I had that ability, I could give mine to Blythe, but I don't think I ever got one in the first place.
So we know the guards leaving shifts too. That could be a viable way for one of the rest of us to try and get in.
assuming that they don't have overlapping shifts.
Well, why wouldn't they, right?
Because,
Right? It would only make sense.
So Azrael speaks of the shifts overlap, but only by, as long as it takes to get situated and then leave.
Okay, so they don't.
No. But if one shift doesn't show up, the current shift won't leave.
Well, that sounds like... Oh, okay. Here's a question. If an alarm is raised at the silo, how do they get a message out that they need help?
So they have a primary comms array that they use to communicate with the garrison. But the garrison also has auger lenses, auger
They've got
gems. So
surveillance
these red
cameras.
dots that are around are basically cameras.
Okay, but where's the feed of the cameras going to?
To the garrison.
Garrison.
Okay. But like how?
Magic.
But through the primary comms array, or
Magic.
because there's, with anything, no matter if it's magic or scientific or whatever, there's always a method it's being sent, and there's potentially a way it could be blocked or interrupted or whatever. So
Laptop does have anti-magic field.
Yeah, so...
We get... Yeah, it's the equivalent of an EMP, right?
Yeah.
As written, no. I mean,
A
it's
magic
like,
EMP.
Yeah.
no, because an EMP would stop all the magic permanently.
It's a blast. The anti-magic field is just like a radius around a point. Or self, rather.
Yeah, so I'm going to say... I'm going to make a ruling about the cameras. I'm going to write it down. But I don't think Azrael knows. Because this is not something that he has considered.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking one thing that might be a path we could pursue that might be effective is to knock out all the communications from the silo to anywhere else, especially if we can tell how often they check in, or if we can tell what the response time might be from the garrison if they were to go in a communications blackout. Or if we can, even better, like fake a positive signal still going to the garrison while the actual real signal is being, suppressed or sent away elsewhere, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we can go in loud here if we have to, and it's not as big of a deal.
I think for that to work, we'd also have to know exactly how we're getting the Sword of Damocles out of there.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's like the big thing in the center of the garrison of the silo does look like two double doors that would open all the way down to the sword.
Yes. That's the hatch.
Yeah. How does that open? Yeah. Okay. I do have another question. Do you know what the range on the detection of airships is?
Yeah, is around the visitor's nest, visitor's hive. So it does include the radius would reach out to where you are staying.
I was more thinking of a drop than a.
Hmm?
We have the sun jumper go above
Oh,
the
you
silo
mean-
and do a drop. I'm
this
not
is-
kidding. Parachute drop into the silo. This is my idea. There's two of us that have feathers.
So the funniest thing about this is you are a teleporter, and you are friends with Scott. Gabe knows why this is funny to me.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Mirko plays
because,
a teleporter in a game that Gabe and I play. and
you said
he
Mirko,
did-
You say
Scott plays
Scott.
Mirko.
Yeah.
yes.
So Scott plays a teleporting.
He plays a
yes,
teleporting ADHD person.
Yes, and we were trying to steal a moving truck, basically, and so our best idea we came up with was have our spaceship fly over it, and then have
He
him like
skydived and then
without a parachute.
teleported into the moving vehicle.
That's a genius idea. That's why we both had it. Great minds think alike.
He immediately
So,
fell
what is the
unconscious
radius?
due to the change in velocity.
Oh, well, but that's the thing. I have featherfall.
Right. You have a parachute.
Yes.
His parachute was teleporting.
Ah. Okay.
But I thought it was very funny that you and Scott had basically the same idea.
Hate it here. So what is the radius for the detection of the ship? I'm still going.
I don't know an exact number, but I'll do like a what's it's like I'll draw a circle and I'll put it on the map and I'll show you the map.
The only question is there atmosphere where the detection ends? Well, but also at the same time, when someone at some point notice a bird falling from the sky, that's a bird. So who would care,
They
really?
might. Yeah, so I'm gonna say this is the radius of the Garrison's radar. I don't know how high it goes.
I mean, it would make sense that it would be a sphere.
Yeah, but the
So-
sphere would have the distance from the side of the sphere to the stalwart to the salo.
Is radar
be
a
shorter.
sphere? I think it's like a looping cone, like a donut.
Right, but the distance, if you think about how, like, if it diminishes in effectiveness as it gets
You
further
just said like
away-
a donut. Wait, which means that we will not be detected directly above it?
No, like a cone,
Oh.
I said.
Well, yeah, like a cone that just
Donut
like
that-
goes in a circle.
That orbits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
So
okay,
like
okay.
radar's ineffective at very close range.
Yeah.
I cannot teleport the whole ship at very close range. That was my second idea, like a minute after you said that. But no, I cannot do that. I can only teleport my ass.
So I'm gonna say you can fly over the radar, but you will be flying very high.
Yeah, I would probably need like an oxygen mask or some shit.
Yeah.
The equivalent of, yeah.
But it is possible.
Because then what I could do is like start falling, featherfall halfway through, and then featherfall up until where it would make sense for them to start noticing that I'm a larger than normal size bird, teleport myself to
Yeah.
ground level in the
That
speed
could
of
work.
featherfall and not, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can go with you because I have the same thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Small feathers.
yeah. And Finric has a jetpack.
Yeah,
it's
but it's
equal
very
whistle.
loud.
It is, but it's another way to get around in the air.
It is,
Really.
and the benefit of me going this way would be we could be invisible for a time, going down.
Doctop is just free falling. That's it. That's it for Doctop.
Well, he's got a
Just-
whistle.
No, it's a drop.
Yeah, Top falls.
Okay. Do people feel it when they get hexed?
You can do it stealthily, but not normally. So like
No.
you'd have to make like an Arcana roll or a stealth roll or something.
Okay. I can't believe I only have 3 fucking spell slots. I'm dying here. Okay. Okay. Would it make more sense for us to pick the most problematic obstacle, find a solution to that, and then try to work that solution backwards into the lower levels? The higher levels. You know what I mean? Like, we want to make it to... If we make it past layer 4, right? That's it? No, wait, layer 5.
Yeah. So yeah, you only need to get past layer 5.
Okay.
As far as Asrim knows. Azrael, or whatever the hell his name is.
Asrim.
As far as
You
your
had it right.
contact knows.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have perfect information. But yeah, you need to get past number 5.
Mumbun. The Zarts darts have detect magic will.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not something that is equipped on the garrison or the silo itself?
What do you mean?
Like, they don't have detect magic on the garrison other than the Zvarts.
I mean, they might have some equipment that detects magic, but
We don't know about it.
you wouldn't know. What you do know is that they do have inspectors that detect magic.
Okay.
And I don't think we got a firm answer on whether radar would detect invisible.
Oh no,
things.
we didn't.
We could make it a
Detect
stealth roll.
ranging.
We could, like, because, like a stealth jet, for instance, is not invisible to radar. It's just very, very tiny
Yeah.
on radar. It's like the size of a bug.
Yeah. Also, radar is radio waves, which is electromagnetic spectrum. Light is also an electromagnetic spectrum, but invisibility is more visible light.
Mm.
Well, it's manipulation of light in any case.
Yeah. So I'll say invisibility can work, but you will have to make a check.
Okay.
Blythe really
long-
wants to see the other side of the coin.
Think long wavelength thoughts, everyone, when you're invisible in this thing.
And it's fine, because Blythe is so wavelength, it's just a ding! Sorry. That was super mean.
Uh,
Okay. Blight's ADHD medication is gonna start running out, and she still doesn't know how to do the spell. So, good luck.
I have two things, and one I don't want to bring up because it might give Eric ideas.
I've got plenty of ideas. I'm not going to change this significantly.
No,
we
this-
have
I don't know if you have thought of this, and this would fuck everything up.
we do have our
On the-
chat
Okay.
without
on
him.
the-
I am going to promise you, if I have not already written it down, whatever you suggest right now, I will not change my stuff for.
No, but the thing is, if you haven't thought of this, it wouldn't make sense at all not to include it.
Whoever
We
designed
have-
it didn't think of it.
It doesn't matter, because if I say it, then you're like, oh fuck yeah, that they would do that.
Okay. We have our chat that Eric is not in.
I know.
Use
I
that.
know.
Secondly, other thing, would it make sense to break this session early and continue to use time between now and the next session to continue to ask questions as a group to get more information, like to give us more time to think about it?
Probably.
'Cause it feels
I-
like we're just kind of like not spinning our wheels. We're getting information, but like it feels like we don't really know exactly what we want from the rest of this session.
I'm okay with us doing this session just for information stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like once we're in it, we'll do a pretty good job of improvising.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about
It's
it.
just
Yeah.
not. I just don't know where to start.
Yeah,
No.
is the
I
thing.
feel like I need
Well,
to chew
yeah.
on this a bit more.
Maybe we could do something like pursue what angle you're considering through text with the characters. That way our individual characters can try and find ways to like solve the problem. I don't know if that makes sense.
Like one-on-ones with Eric, but we are just role-playing what we're doing?
Yeah, I was thinking something like maybe you wanted to pursue the towers, and maybe all of our group time is better spent pursuing like one thing rather than all of us just going after
Towers.
the same thing for information.
Okay. Yeah. I'm happy to do whatever.
I can keep asking questions for now, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's just bombard Eric with questions for now.
Okay.
I think this is it's the red one that's in the
Yes.
silo, right?
red one
And the
is
blue one.
near the silo. The orange one is the one closest to you.
So they're not one-on-one on our
No,
side.
they're not one-to-one.
Okay, but they would teleport at the same spot.
The red one always goes to the red one. The orange one always goes to the orange one. Yeah.
Yeah, as like connecting phone lines.
What are you talking about?
The
Towers.
towers. So
Wait,
this
what
is
is this?
Noctis. This is what RNA Noctis. RNAS Noctis.
So that
These
The
are
other side of the plane.
4 nearby towers are in this configuration. But then on the RNA Luciu, the 4 nearby towers are in this configuration.
Okay. Do you mind taking us back to the other screen just for a second, and I will
Screenshot it.
screenshot it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You can take screenshots of each so you can look at both of them at the same time.
Right. Yeah, you can go back to the other one now.
Okay.
And okay, now I can see it.
Oh, that's so nice. Nice.
Okay.
Okay. So my 2 plans are dive bomb, tower, cooking. Actually, is the 3rd plan, but we can only. I don't know what language we're supposed to be speaking for those ones.
I think it would make it simple to have common be a thing.
Mm.
There's a reason common exists. You
That's why it's called common.
right. And going into the deep lore, the deep history, they do spread their propaganda to the realms that are not affiliated with their own empires. I think it makes sense that they would teach the locals their language and maybe force it on them or something.
Yeah.
Because I think the Lemurians speak common, right? Or was that just because they had translators?
They had universal translate. That's where it got them from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting from this is that I need more teleportation spells. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
get all
100%.
of them.
Yeah, just collecting
One
teleportation.
for
spells.
every occasion.
Yeah, and one for every, because I have a bonus action, every action, and action. Wait, is there anything else? Is there anything else?
Legendary actions.
Legendary
mythic
action teleportation
Actions,
for Blythe.
stronghold actions.
Stronghold action slow. Oh
Object
my god.
interactions.
Free action.
I could get an item that has teleportation on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That could be one.
Glyphic warding for teleportation spell.
There's the haste action.
Oh yeah, which is just get more teleportation.
Yep. Hasty teleport.
Oh lord. Okay. I could potentially right? Yeah, I could teleport 3 times in one round.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a lie. Misty Escape can be every time every time I take damage. So every time something hits me, it could just be like prick my finger. No.
Here's a question that's been in my head, and it's kind of dumb, which I haven't said. But I wanted to know what the sizes of the fuel containers were and the food that's transported in. Basically, I'm trying to find out whether or not we can smuggle bodies inside the shipping stuff.
Okay. So I have a truck here
That's a
that I hid, but now that you've decided this is a thing that exists, well, realized that it's a thing that exists, I've added this truck. There are containers on the back of it that are, the approximate size of whatever. They look to be, like a 55-gallon drum. The big oil barrels, the blue ones.
From Breaking Bad, yes.
Sure, yeah. Also from industrial shipping.
Yeah, that too. I was just thinking about the bodies being in it.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I barely got past season 1, but only because my friend was watching it and he went ahead and I just was like, all right, fine. So yeah, you can fit bodies in these things.
Eric, you said you wouldn't change anything if I say this out loud.
If it's a thing that you think I didn't think of specifically, then
You probably did, but it's a question because I'm pretty sure you did.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
If I didn't think of it already, I won't change it to reflect that I pretend that I did.
Okay. Svarts, right?
Yeah.
I have a problem with this because they can detect magic at will. First off, detect magic detects magical items.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So, fuck that shit. What is the radius on detect magic?
30 feet? 20 feet? I don't know.
No. Okay. So, what if are they what kind of race are they celestial beings or
Goblinoids.
Yeah, this far
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
I call them goblinoids. I don't know if that's like actually official, but
I have one more spell I haven't mentioned to this group or any group. I haven't mentioned that I have this spell because it is a spell that I picked because Blythe is an agent of chaos.
is it the
And I
spell
love
I'm
her.
thinking of?
The spell you're thinking of. So, Blythe has Infernal Calling, which summons a devil from the Nine Hells of challenge rating of 6 or below. Considering that we're literally involving ourselves in a fight between celestials and devils, right? Am I okay? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This could implicate our attack in a different manner.
Mm-hmm.
So, technically, um, I could just, like, worst case scenario, I guess, I could create a distraction of pretty large proportions. That's it. Speaking of which, Blythe would like to ask, what's his face?
Azrael?
Asrim,
Asrim?
if there's a friend that he'd have to suggest specifically for this job.
Well, that depends on
suicide
what it
pact,
is
any of
you
these.
want them to do.
I would like them to.
Do you want them to rampage? Do you want them to infiltrate? Assassinate?
I hadn't even. Wait!
Impersonate?
hadn't even thought- Oh my god.
There are many things you could have them do.
This is amazing. Ah! Okay. Could you. I know this is a lot to ask, and I wouldn't if it wasn't for an important mission that I think benefits you and many teens in similar manner. But would it be possible for me to have a list of names I could call upon for these specific occasions?
That is something I could provide, but is beyond the scope of my agreement with Aaron. I'm not opposed to it, but it will cost extra.
How about. Let me check because I have no idea. Give me a second. How about 1,000 gold for each name?
Gold is easy to come by.
Of course.
I work for an empire, essentially. I don't want for gold.
I know what I want to offer. I know what I want to offer. No. This changes every. Okay. How much would it be for a single name?
Well, I don't know what you're offering. I don't know what you have. We've only just met.
True. I'm gonna think about it. I'll come back to you on this one. I know what I have to offer, and I'm just thinking about. I'm gonna. This is horrible. This is horrible. Okay. Okay. Another question. This one more to the DM than anything else.
That's me.
Hello. I have a packed weapon
Mm-hmm.
stuck in a different realm promised to a Teletubby.
The Sovereign, yes.
Yes. You had previously mentioned that summoning back such packed weapon might incite some level of chaos.
More that it is a conduit between you and the Sovereign.
Uh,
It's shared ownership that links you two together.
okay.
Now you can draw upon that connection to maybe pull something in.
Cool. Cool. Like a creature or something?
It's possible. The Sovereign is very powerful.
I don't know anymore.
Okay.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, if anyone else wants to continue with questions, I withdraw mine. Gonna keep looking at my stupid little notebook.
Does this realm have the typical planes? Like you said, that there's a plane of death. Is there an astral plane on here?
So the Astral Plane is the all else.
Okay.
I think you're thinking the ethereal plane.
No, I'm thinking. Okay, I'm thinking about astral projection, and I'm thinking about how we might be able to use that to bypass defenses or something like that.
Astral projection works weird in D&D because it
Yep.
sends you to the astral plane.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like give you a spirit body here.
But you can leave the astral plane with your spirit body, and then
Yes.
have your spirit body be on the mortal
Right,
plane.
but you need to get to wherever you're going.
Right, but I'm saying that's a possibility we could explore.
Yes, it is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same kind of line of questions, Blink would work in the same way, right? Because there's an ethereal plane here. It would work the same that it would have worked back in Multuna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
Eric, is this purple dot here just the generator itself?
Oh, yeah.
Can Azrael tell us anything about the primary comms array? How it operates?
Primary comms array is used to send messages to and fro from the garrison and back.
Do you have a map of the garrison?
No.
Okay. Is that a place we could attack or whatever? And then, because like if their reinforcements are already taken care of, then
The Garrison, they're gonna have a ton of troops.
I know. But
The
like,
garrison is like.
have you met footballs?
I know.
Yeah, well,
Like-
you occupy almost all of them. The rest of them will go.
Yeah.
The garrison is a place you could attack. I don't have a map
Hmm.
of it because that wasn't the scope of the heist, but
Yeah.
you could attack the garrison.
Mm-hmm. Or I guess I'm not thinking necessarily attack, but like if it's easier to sabotage their version of the primary comms array, there, then it doesn't matter if
I mean,
this one is functioning?
the primary comms array is basically just a radio tower that sends
Okay.
like facilitates sending of messages to and fro.
Okay. So,
Like you knock it down, it'll stop working.
right. But I'm thinking about something a little more subtle, like we sneak in there invisible, and then just like what are the buttons we push? What is the cable we snip to make it stop working,
Yeah.
as opposed to knocking it down?
Okay. That is a thing you could do. I forget what the initial question was.
Well, does Azrael have?
Does Asriel
deets?
know, which cable to snip?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
I will
Can-
say he will tell you
Mm-hmm.
it's the red one.
Okay.
Arbitrarily, it doesn't matter, but
Mhm.
you now know which one it is.
Right. We possess that information.
You possess the information. You know how to snip the comms array.
Cool.
Asrim,
Mhm.
how do you like literature?
There are many kinds of literature. Some I enjoy, some I don't.
I take out from dusk till dawn.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh
check.
my god! The fact that you're allowing me. Thank you.
Listen, I don't know his predilections. Why not roll for it?
Ah.
You know,
Okay, never
he's
mind.
he'll
Roll
read it
reward.
if it's available, but it's not
It-
worth that much.
It
to
would have
him.
worn off at this
Yeah.
point in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We've been talking for a while.
Yeah, we have been. God, okay, fine. I tried. God damn it.
No,
That would have been great.
that would have been great.
Imagine. The name of 5 demons for a fucking book.
And he's like, I've read it already.
It's
Not
more
up to my
like,
standards.
yeah, if I have nothing else to do, I would read it, but I'm not gonna
I wanna
sell names for it.
Yeah.
What are these shapes here?
Oh, those are benches
Okay.
for sitting. Yep.
Okay.
The tents are for resting. It's a place without a sun.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone needs to be, active the entire time. So sometimes
Mhm.
they take quick naps or just lie down.
I used to have one.
What sort of things are in the component shed / workshop?
Azrael doesn't know.
Okay.
What? Crazy question, Asrim. Buddy, pal,
Yeah.
friend of mine. How sturdy would you say the what are they called? I keep forgetting what they're called. The garrison words. The Svarts are.
Zvarts?
Yeah.
Give them a good stab, they'll die.
How good is that?
He stabs the air. I don't know. How
So
much?
pretty weak.
I mean, an individual might be particularly strong, but on average, they're as strong as Dovtov.
So they're level 19.
He doesn't know Dovtov. Dovtov's a halfling, is small size.
Blythe leans over to Dofta and goes, "Hit me. I need to know. Do it."
I don't want to. This doesn't sound appropriate. Should we be wasting our strength and Constitution's on
That's what I
test
want
of
to.
strength.
But would knowing their constitution help us?
Will this
you,
really help
you can estimate, like, they're as strong as a halfling or a goblin. Or...
The question is not how strong they are. I guess I phrased it wrong. How much HP do they have? Is my question.
Between 6 and 12.
That's less than Top has.
Wait,
It'll take a good stab. They'll die.
Yo, I can. What is the range? 90 feet. Fucking, that's it. I found it. I'm done. Okay.
Okay, just to point this out, if you snipe the Svart at the gate, people will know.
No. I know. I understand. Here's my plan, and I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
This is my plan.
Oh.
What is this distance? Tell me, roll 20. Tell me what to tell me. Oh, no, cunt. Well, I could take down like one side. I could do like this. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Also, not all of them are Zvarts, but
oh,
yeah.
they're not?
no. There are Zvarts.
Are there multiple swords? I thought there was only one.
There's
Okay.
at least one Zvart at the gate.
Fuck.
Here.
And there was a mention in the other, some other one further into the defenses.
Anyhow, if they're about... Fine, that doesn't work anymore. I thought it would be really cool if
So yeah,
Black could
these
just walk in and
guys are just
disable a
like-
bunch of things at the same time.
these guys are soldiers. They also have Zvarts because they can smell magic.
Okay. God fucking damn it. Okay, fine.
And we don't know how quickly the garrison rollout works, right? We don't know how
20 minutes.
It'll take 20 minutes to get here, but who knows how long it'll take to set up the airship.
And about how much HP would a guard have here? No.
Yeah, I mean, you sure, Asrim? You don't know how elite the troops are at this.
A range and approximation.
I wouldn't be able to give it a number. You know, it's they're professional
regular
soldiers.
forces?
How
they're-
many Zvarts would you say it would be?
I don't know. They're
I'm sorry.
veterans of some repute. They're trained. They're, you know, they're no pushovers. Like, they're picked to be here. Because they're good at what they do. I don't know what capabilities you have, but I've gotten, like, the gist of some of it. Can you take them in a fight? Yes, probably. But if you take them in a fight, the thing locks down.
I know.
The problem isn't, can I kill everyone? The problem is, can I get in without anyone noticing?
Well, maybe the problem is, can we get through the sealed doors even if the alarm does go out?
Or that.
So, what I'm thinking is, I mean, this is pretty obvious, but I was just thinking that if we can find a way to get our bodies transported into either the power generator area, I'm not sure where that fuel is going. I would assume over here.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get ourselves transported over there, we could have Softhoff cast anti-magic field to avoid detection as we go in. And once we're inside, we can attempt to use some of our stealthing devices to get to the vault door. It would just be a question of getting into the vault at that point. But the questions I would have are, like how are we going to get into the containers without setting off suspicion? How are we going to avoid detection by the Svarts, assuming that they're going to be at least some magic detecting capabilities in this area? Yeah.
I mean, it's detect magic at will, but is it like an aura that is constantly around them, or is it they have to think to use it?
They do have to think to use it, but because it's at will, they can use it the entire time, and that's the reason they're there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you should assume that they are always detecting magic.
Okay, so what we gotta do is we gotta get some like poison in the food that gets delivered, and then get it the whatchamacallits to eat it, and then
Dov does
Then-
have voice.
So does Cynric.
Blythe is glaring at all three of you right now.
what?
You shouldn't poison them. That sounds painful.
Better than killing them.
I wasn't planning on killing them either. I was going to put them to sleep.
We'll just give them sleep poison. They'll be fine.
You keep doing this. You keep talking to me as if I'm stupid. I have a high-pitched voice and I get distracted easily. I'm not dumb. There's a difference. Thank you.
I mean, there are such things as drugs that'll make you sleep.
I'm not doubting it. I also don't believe you. What is a Svart? For the umpteenth time. It's a goblin-like creature.
A weird goblin.
Do they speak a humanoid language?
Almost certainly, yes.
Okay. So they're sentient too.
Yes, they're
Copy.
humanoid creatures. They think, they want, they love, presumably.
Stop it!
They have families.
All
All of their names start with Z
Nah.
or XVA.
Oh no.
All of their names start with that. I have some of their names written down.
No.
Of course.
Don't name
Zvatan,
them.
Zvalak, Zvatman.
Don't give them names. Enough. And pointing yoke.
Nope.
Yeah. And we don't have any Svarts on the map right now.
No, I
So-
didn't place down the platoon of guards that are there. Just the ones that are
Oh.
like known.
Standard, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because these 12 guards aren't the only guards.
Mm-hmm. So this is marked as ventilation. Do we know where that connects to?
The air ducts?
Yeah. Well, this right here says ventilation.
Yeah.
Presumably that goes what to like the power generator room,
Well, it goes
or
into the downstairs. It sucks
and
air
is this-
in
is
and it pushes air
is this
down.
the downstairs?
No.
Okay.
You don't have a map of
'cause-
the downstairs.
Okay. Just wanted to confirm because
Yeah.
there was mention of an elevator, and I wasn't sure if this was supposed to represent the bit that's underground.
No.
See that it does not. Okay.
No, this is the elevator. It goes down to a different place, different map. The ventilation also goes there, but smaller.
Okay. And did we get like a? What do we know about the towers? Like as far as like the viability of transporting ourselves into the underground here, using the tower network.
You don't have a specific like where you'll come out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Would there be a way to find out? Can we like?
Yeah. You can
take a peek through the door, so to speak.
Yeah, you could try that. You want to charter a trip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah. If you guys are down for it, like that might be worth collecting that information. Even if we don't use it to get in, we might be able to use it to get out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Asrim.
Yeah.
Does Squelch have a family?
I have no idea.
Delightful.
I just know that he is there, and what he does, and what his name is, and that he's an ooze. And it's probably not even a he. But they are a, thinking creature.
Right, you said it's a cube.
I said it's an ooze.
Ooze. Right. What approximate kind of thing were you thinking for those names?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what you're wanting to do with them.
Just ask them for assistance in this attempt to steal a very powerful weapon. I feel like that aligns with all of your efforts. I thought it would be something that you would be excited to assist in.
I am being paid to do this.
Paid in what? You said gold is easy to come to.
Gold is easy to come to. I am being paid in favors, essentially. And not the weird kind.
Light would not even think about it because I doubt they have a single sexual thought in their fucking head. But
Aaron is a powerful member of the Gaian Free Realms. They have a network of people, information that they can get. I also have access to that. We work together. We do favors for each other. There's some sort of transaction of soul stuff sometimes, equipment sometimes, information sometimes.
Life is debating a deal with the devil. Like, literally, this is stupid. They have made a deal with a tree, which is significantly better than this. What kind of favors?
Go get this. Go help a group of fools trying to steal a Damocles. Access to things.
You know what we still haven't considered. We could. So we have all the heist prompts.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty broad. So I don't know if this is feasible, but you really got me going there. Seems like one that could be used in a lot of situations. Especially in either having someone look the other way as we're passing through, or attempting to get passcodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were secretly working with the slime, whatever it's called.
Squelch.
Squelch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does
That's-
Squelch ever
yeah.
leave the compound?
Asrim doesn't know of any time that Squelch has left, but that doesn't mean they haven't. Or that doesn't mean that they don't have contact with the outside world. You know, they have a primary comms array. Maybe they have an online community that they're a part of.
Plays Final Fantasy.
Maybe they play D&D every so often.
Maybe.
Okay, let's do the towers. Let's look into the towers.
Okay, yeah.
Light's ADHD is kicking in. Goodbye, everyone.
Oh no, I think I might be dropping out.
Oh no.
Did it looked like your camera was starting up again?
Mm.
So could be that.
Oh wait, no, I can see you now. I
Okay,
refreshed
good,
and I
yeah.
can see you.
I just closed a couple tabs and now everything's better, except I can't see Gabe.
I'll refresh.
I still cannot see Gabe.
Well, I'm refreshing.
Ah.
Give it a second.
But yeah, so you charter a trip to the tower, the Great Stone Tower that's near you, or do you want to do the blue one?
Hold on. Still loading here. It's taking forever. Oh, there we go.
I think
the
the
blue one,
blue
I
one?
think.
Yeah.
Makes more sense.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm
Because it's closer on the blue side.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. That is 2.5 squares. That is 8 squares.
But we can take the sun jumper after a point, right?
Yeah, you can take the sun jumper there.
Yeah, then if we're in Visitor's Hive, right?
Yeah, you're in the visitor's
So we
hive.
could- So we just need to get to like here, and then we can get to the sun jumper, and then take it the rest of the way to here.
Well, going to the Great Stone Tower isn't illegal. Or even
Sure, it's just a matter
particularly
of-
suspicious.
I guess it's more of we would have control over our transportation.
Right. But you don't have to go out and then go there. You can just go directly there.
Yeah.
Well, the sun jumper being here wouldn't, even though it's within the radar range.
Well, you're not traveling towards the stalwart duty.
Okay.
They only care if you go like here.
Okay. Well,
They just can see
I'd-
out to here.
I guess I'd still rather do this, do the get the sun jumper over here and then go,
Okay.
because then they don't know that we have a way to fly.
Sure.
Because that shouldn't be too far of a trek, I would assume.
No, it's about an hour.
Okay.
A bit more, actually. Maybe like an hour 15.
Okay.
So yeah, you go. Onarth meets you back at the ship. He's like, "Oh, you're done already? Great, let's go."
No.
Oh fuck. Where are we going?
Tower. There's
Point
the
'em in
tower.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the tower. So you fly to this tower. It is 100 feet tall. Wait, no. because part of it's underground. So it's like 60 feet tall. This stone tower that rises out of the sands. No doors, no windows except for one at the very top. Luckily, there is a rope ladder. Well, actually, they've built up more and more scaffolding over the years, and so yeah, there's a ramp that goes around the tower that you can walk up. Though not many people actually do, because this tower is relatively isolated from the others. But
Okay.
you go in, you walk.
Is this the library from Avatar?
Yeah, that's the basic idea, but the actual inside is completely different.
Oh, okay. That would have been really cool.
No, there's no library. It's just a tower. But I did like the aesthetic, so I figured I'd add that. And so yeah, you walk down counterclockwise this stone ramp that goes down, down, down. It's 40 feet wide, and it gets thinner as it goes down, and you get to the bottom. And there's a pedestal with a like this gemstone set into the pedestal.
I'm a bop of the gemstone.
All right, you bop the gemstone. The lights from up top dim, and nothing else happens. So the sun above you, the light from the sun, goes out.
I look at the rest of the party.
They're all there.
Okay. I bop it again.
The sun starts.
I bop it again.
The sun goes out.
I think this is just a light switch.
All of you see this too. The light
Yeah.
above you going off and then on.
If we look outside, does that change something?
Well, you're 100 feet down from the only window.
Well, I run up the wall.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you go out. It's nighttime.
Okay, so it is switching us over
Yes.
like a
As
like just a s-
footfall, when footfalls climbs all the way up, I bop it again.
my eyes.
Yeah, the sun starts. Everything in the tower teleports at the same time.
I bop it again. Sorry, I thought I didn't realize that's how it worked. I thought it was by proximity.
Yeah, basically it takes all the contents and puts it
Bops them.
onto the other side of the coin.
Yep.
I do have a
That's-
question. I stand like 3 feet away from the gem.
Yeah.
I take I summon my sword,
Yeah.
and with the hilt of my sword, I go, "Footfalls care," and I bap it with the back of my sword.
Doesn't do anything.
Ah, okay. Never mind.
So you have to touch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of sad because it would be really cool if you just had to get like to the top of the tower, you throw something, and then it teleports you away until something else gets to the bottom of the tower and teleports itself.
One person has to be at the bottom.
Mm.
But yeah, now you're in the desert of night, the Arenas Noctis.
Can we fit the sun jumper inside the tower?
Ooh.
No.
Ah.
The Sun Jumper is a big vehicle, and the window is person-sized.
Doftof, do you have any arrows on you?
I think he's might still be out away. Said BRB.
Burb.
Sorry, no, footfalls. I don't know why I said Doftof. Sorry.
Do I? Hi.
I've
Yeah.
got a couple.
Can I toss an arrow to footfalls?
Sure.
Like spinning like a dagger style, throw an arrow. It doesn't really travel very well. However, you can get it. Can you stick it out of the tower so I can test something?
Yeah, I see where you're going. I stick out the arrow.
All feathers in.
Yeah.
Okay, I bap the crystal.
Um.
That is the question.
The bit of arrow that was outside vanishes.
So if you
Mhm.
pull it back, now it's half an arrow,
Yes.
and I bap us back.
Okay. There's a little bit of arrow on the scaffolding.
Okay, that's it. That was my question. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand this tower the best I can to fully utilize its capacities in the future.
This is the teleportation person figuring out the teleportation.
Yes. Bapping the teleportation crystal.
Yeah. It's important information.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, now you're in the desert of night. You want to walk over to the other tower?
How long would it take that?
Walking distance. It's 7 squares. It's gonna take a couple hours.
Oh, just a couple?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, you gotta head out, Dave. Sounds
Oh,
like,
okay.
sounds like Dave needs.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for playing. Catch you next time. We'll have to
We'll
continue
update
this
you on
another
the-
session anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. Um. I think that is probably like a 14-hour walk.
Okay.
Because
That's
if I'm basing it off of, let's say the ship travels 30 miles an hour, you travel 3 miles an hour, it'll take 10 times as long, but then also you're going through the sand dunes, so I'll add a bit more.
What if we had the mounts for the desert?
Probably only take 10 hours instead of 14.
Jeez, that's still a lot. So if this is our
Wait.
exit strategy,
we're so used to like instantly getting to places.
Yeah.
We no longer travel places by foot
Right.
anymore.
we will have time to have a short rest after this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as there's no heat on you. Although speaking of heat, as you're looking around the desert of night, which I assume some of you are at the top, you do notice there are like bonfires out in the distance. And also you see the moon, which is this beautiful sphere of water in the sky that seems to be swirling with some sort of ethereal substance.
What?
Is there
Okay.
a
This
knowledge
isn't
check
even the
for-
weirdest thing that you've seen.
I don't know. What is the weirdest thing that I've seen? I feel like a gigantic orb of water in the sky is pretty weird.
I would say that the forest the size of the oceans is pretty weird.
But I love forests. That's not weird. That's delightful. Sorry. I know. It's
I don't know
okay.
if you ever went to Bellathesia, but that world was inside out.
I did. I don't understand that concept, I feel like.
It's Hollow
How
Earth.
do you mean it? Oh.
We're on
did
the
go to
outside
Bellathesia.
of
We
the
were there
sphere.
for
We're
the-
there on the inside.
What did I go to Bellathesia for?
Probably some. Oh, you went for the tomb.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still wearing the brooch.
brooch,
of the, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's our Summerlin. Summerlin.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called either.
That's our Summerlin. Salazar Slytherin.
Cimmerillion.
Yeah. So, do you want to start walking, or you wanted to get mounts?
Well, you said that there was like there's a clock on this, so doing was gonna
Oh,
do a round trip of 28 hours.
so the clock
minimum.
isn't like a time clock. It's more of a like as you fail rolls, I fill it out, and you know
Okay.
more
Alright.
and more suspicion is brought upon you. Currently, you're at no suspicion.
Okay. So we can take our time doing reconnaissance so long as we're not drawing suspicion upon ourselves.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So in that case, sure, might as well just walk there. And oops.
Okay.
Unless someone
Can we
doesn't
see
want
what's
to.
the bonfires about?
Yeah. So they're scattered bonfires.
Sorry, the pff was considering distances on our way back. Like, sorry, I didn't mean it like I don't want to go. It was more like a, how the fuck are we gonna do this kind of?
Yeah.
Sorry, Gabe. I didn't mean to be rude there.
Should
No, I get it.
should we try and talk to some of the people at the bonfires and see if?
Well,
the only thing I'm thinking is, sorry.
You're assuming there are people at the bonfires. We don't
Yeah.
know. We haven't.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm. We can see what's up with them first, then make a decide about do we engage or not.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bunch
So
of
there are a bunch
bonfires.
of scattered bonfires.
Okay.
Oops.
But that's a distance out. It's not like
Yeah, it's not nearby, but it's not. Oh yeah. I'll put one on in the general direction. I think that would make sense. Yeah, so it's like a bit out of the way, but maybe an hour extra. Yeah, you walk for several hours in the cold desert wind. It's very
Blythe whines more than you've ever heard Blythe whine. Their head hurts. They're tired. They're groggy. They're like the spell that made them be super concentrated is wearing off. So now they're just really tired, and they're just like, why do I have to walk? That devil is so unhelpful and so mean and so rude. And I just want to go to bed. And the sand is not good for my feet. It's so annoying and yucky and gets everywhere. I'm tired.
we're
Just
quoting
that.
Star Wars now.
But yeah, that's just like a lot of whining.
Yeah, so
from
there's a lot of
Blythe's
whining. It takes you 4 hours to get there, and you see goblins.
Hello.
Uh,
But
yeah, so the goblins look over at you. Some of them, adopt a fighting stance. Some of them flee. Some of them freeze.
no, we're friends. I say.
Any
Wait,
of them
wait.
Svarts?
Yeah, there's a Zwart.
Okay.
We're friends. We don't mean to do anything. I'm trying to convince them that we're friends.
I mean, not all of them are leaving. Some of them are like gathering weapons. Some of them are like, talking amongst themselves, wondering what's going on. you know,
Finrick's got a big, goofy smile on his face, and he just goes, "Hail and well met, friends."
yeah, yeah. Some of the goblins huddle together, and they like look over at you, and they huddle and talk, and then a couple of them like make their way over to you. Who are you?
We're tired. Well, I'm tired. And this is Footfalls and Finrick.
Nice to meet you, tired Footfalls and Finrick.
That's fair.
I am Gabathy.
Gabathy.
Came
Nice
up
to
with
meet
them
you.
on the top of my head.
Hello, Gabby.
I was just gonna call him Gob, but
I
I was like, no, that's too lame.
And his brother Lynn. like what?
But what are you doing in the middle of the night desert?
I live here. This
Oh,
is my home. And he points to the fire.
You wrote Babathy.
Oh, god damn it.
Bobbathy!
His name is
Bibbidi
Bobathy.
Bobbity Boo!
I am Bobathy. So yeah, Spotty, points back to the fire. This is my home. I tend to the fire. I praise the... What was her name? Marani Maru, and use the smoke to send the souls of the dead up to live in her radiance.
Is that what that is?
Yes, Marani Maru is the great moon.
Oh. And it feeds on the souls of the dead.
No, it stores them.
Stores
Holds them.
Why?
It's part of the reward for living a good life. To be close to her for the rest of eternity.
And is that a good ending, you think?
Well, it's not an ending at all.
Hmm.
You seem troubled. Are you okay?
That is an interesting concept. Especially if the souls are just staying at one place, you know? You'd think you'd want them to be part of a cycle, of a continuous thing.
Well, if you don't live a good life, you come back down as part of the rain. But it is what it is. It is part of the cycle.
Can I interject with 2 questions?
Yeah.
What are they using to burn the fire? Because this is a desert. They have wood.
There are scrubs that grow here. Small bushes.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't seem like they're actually putting fuel into the fire. It seems to be just like a
Magical fire.
magical fire that they... It's not just a magical fire, because they do set these up. Yeah, I think in the midst of the flame, there is a metal device, some sort of pyramid that burns or causes.
Mm-hmm.
It's emitting some sort of gas or something.
Okay. And then as for, they said this is their home. Do they mean this area right
he
there
pointed
near the
at
fire?
the fire.
Okay.
The fire is his
So-
house, essentially. He doesn't live inside
Okay.
it, though.
Right. But like, so they live out here just like open to the elements. There's not like tents or burrows in the ground or anything.
Yeah, so you look around. You are starting to see burrows. Your eyes have adjusted, but now they have to readjust because of the light. Yeah, there are burrows in the ground around the area.
Okay. Those are my questions.
Okay.
You may resume.
Yeah.
So, tell me, Gobathy, what do you got to eat around here?
Well, we got mushrooms. We got little bugs. We got some scrubs. Rodents. What do you want?
That all sounds pretty great. What can I give you for some mushrooms and bugs?
Yeah, you could help us with our prayer. Yeah, join us in our hymns.
Yeah, all right. That sounds like a good exchange to me.
Cool. So you go back with Bobathy, and he introduces you to some of the other goblins. There's Bobbeth, there's Bobilium, there's Bobarid, Bobrick. This is the tribe.
Great.
And yeah, they sing praises to Marani Maru, the moon, and yeah, they give you a place to rest for a bit. There's no day-night cycle here; it's always night. But they let you borrow some of their burrows and keep you warm and fed. And then after a long rest,
That sounds so delightful to Blythe. Blythe is just like, ah, yes, burrows. Oh, yes, insects.
Yeah. The burrows aren't uncomfortable. There's a bit of loose dirt, but they're able to like create baked clay and like layer it and then bury that in the sand. So it's kind of like they build a sarcophagus and then put it into the sand and then keep like one side open. And it's all facing the fire to keep warm. And yeah, the next day you head out. Or after a long rest, you head out.
Okay.
As we're walking towards the thing, I'm like, footfalls. What exactly is the plan if we bop the crystal in the red tower and it teleports us inside the thing?
The idea was, Eric said it's possible we might be able to find a way to peek in the door,
Ah, okay.
right?
I don't think I ever said peek in the door, but I did say you could go there.
I asked, can we peek in the door? You said, yeah, sure. Something to that effect.
Yeah, sure. It's pretty non-committal.
Okay. Well,
I could try to blink in there.
We can.
I mean, we can always stealth it up, you know.
Right. We can stealth it. We can like hit it and then hit it again.
Yes,
No.
I'm saying I can be invisible between the 2 times of hitting it. Actually, not invisible, but in a different plane. Though I don't know if that would allow me to teleport from one location to the other. Probably would. But basically what I'm thinking of doing is hit it, blink out of existence, look at the place, come back, hit it again, and stop blinking.
Cool. So yeah, y'all continue. Y'all continue your trek. Oh, nice.
Ah, nice.
Uh,
Bobathy and 69, those are the 2 highlights of this session. Thank you, everyone.
So you continue onward. You are not tracked by some creature of the night. And you eventually make it to a not identical tower, but very similar tower. You know, there's different inscriptions. The scaffolding here is broken down. Not so much because of someone purposefully breaking it, but just because of disuse and erosion, and it just fell over.
So my question stands, should I just go in by myself and try to blink?
I'm a little bit worried about having just one of us go in.
But I can only make
Yeah.
myself invisible.
I can make all of us invisible.
I can make myself invisible as well.
Okay, then great. Let's if Fenric, if you can make all of us invisible with only 1 spell slot, that would be preferable.
Yeah, I don't have spells for it. I got this little contraption, and he points to a small black flat disc that's on his belt. And he said, "You have to stay a little close to me, but everything within a certain range of me just we become invisible and not detectable. So it only lasts an hour. But,
An hour should be plenty.
yeah, we're not doing anything long here, so."
Cool.
So,
Got it.
So you
Yes.
climb up. You know, it's not an easy climb. Well, I mean, I think footfall. Can all of you fly?
I can fly downwards.
All right. Well, 2 of you can fly, and 1 of you can teleport. So I'm pretty sure you can get up there pretty easily.
And Doftoff can do some flying, right?
Oh yeah, Doftoff can fly also. So yeah, y'all get up without any trouble. And you go down the tower. It's very similar. Yes, question?
No, I'm about to bop it.
Oh, you're about to bop it. Yes, so you go, you know, down most of the way, or all the way, and then you want to bop it?
I look at everyone and I'm just like hand over the crystal and go, and then I do it.
You do it multiple times, or?
No, just once.
Okay. So, everyone make a Constitution saving throw.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Doftoff
I love that
got
we're
a
doing this without
15.
Doftoff even being here. We're TPKing Doftoff from a distance.
All right.
Yeah, hold on. Is that con from Doftoff there?
Yeah. Oh, excellent.
That's how it's done.
So, y'all are teleported to the base of the tower, but you fall perpendicular to the wall.
I'd use my bonus action to cast Featherfall, and I grab Doftoff.
Okay.
I don't know. Whoever was closest, Doftoff is not here.
Sure.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna give him any damage.
Mike,
Yeah,
Finric is
Yeah.
nauseated,
Okay.
which I'm pretty sure is a thing, and I'm not making up.
I
I
don't
should
think
look this up first.
having nausea is a thing.
It's not a condition.
Yeah.
All right, you're poisoned. Basically the same thing. It's disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks for the time being, just because, the next minute, because of the disorientation of having down go from down to a right angle. Yeah, you all fall. I don't think any of you have to take fall damage because
Right. I got slow
flying, teleporting, and other teleporting.
Yep.
Or featherfall. So yeah, you are now at the bottom of this tower, on the far edge with the pedestal 20 feet above you.
And is it floor on one side?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of like land and I put down Doftoff and go, so at least we know we're closer to it. Actually, should we be quiet since we're really close to it?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
you do see, cracks in the walls and like light is coming through them, and you could probably squeeze through some of them.
But we're definitely inside the tower. We're not like sight lined directly to the
Yes,
wall.
you are
here.
inside the tower. I just don't have the inside. I just have the
Right.
outside.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just want to.
Yeah.
clarify.
You are not on the tower. You are inside, hidden.
Mhm.
They don't know you're there.
Well,
presumably.
Are we still able to bop to like go back to nighttime?
Well, you're. Oh well, yeah. If you fly, so yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh.
You
Okay.
bop and then drop.
Sideways.
Yep. And now you're back on the floor.
Okay, but the mechanism to bop is still there.
Yes.
Um,
It still works. It's just
inconvenient.
yes.
Okay. Well,
We have
This
an
might-
exit.
right. I think this works probably best as an exit, rather than an entrance. I would think.
Yeah,
Probably.
I think
And
so
we
too.
can have.
But we'd have to have an exit strategy from here too.
Book it to the other tower, have the Sun Jumper meet us on the daytime side, and then get the hell out of Dodge.
But then that also means we would all have to make it. I think if we want this to work, we need this to be our secondary option for the one person that will be left behind and have to sneak out. Since this is the sneakiest way out, I believe.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm thinking I've watched a lot of heist movies, that's my problem. So usually heists go down a very specific way of you have a plan. The plan goes well until point X. Point X is where everything goes to shit, and then you're trying to refix everything based on point X and the plans that you had before.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we can have a primary exit that is not the tower can be the exit for the one person who will manage to go back into stealth while the distraction is happening somewhere else. I don't think we should keep it as our primary exit, because it's very unlikely that we will manage to travel all of the distance from the tower all the way to the other tower without being tracked, attacked, hunted down.
It depends.
And it's all planes, right? Like it's all like a plane during the night, yes, but it's all like
So-
a plane.
What? A plane?
Like it's like flat. It's a desert.
Oh, I mean, it's a desert, but it's got
Dunes,
dunes,
yeah.
and ridges.
Still, like, I
and
mean, like, there's
rocks,
not-
outcroppings, and
Yeah, but it's not like we can hide when the moment we get on the other side of this tower,
well, no, the moment
or like
you're
blend in, or
the moment you're at the other side of the tower, you're down a 100-foot hole and have to climb up.
yeah, that too.
So this seems like kind of the natural fit for my ranger stuff, only because I can move at normal speed in any terrain while being stealthy.
Oh, dang.
And yeah, so I mean, I don't I think that's a good option if what you're thinking is like we have one person we're gonna need to split up to do something different than
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
'Cause it would work
footfalls is
very
another
well.
option as well, because you have to move at half speed, right, to be stealthy.
no.
What is
Ranger
it?
ability allows me to do normal speed.
No, I'm saying normally without being a ranger.
Yeah, you have to move at half speed. Yep.
Right. So footfalls is half speed would be still 45.
I saw that. What the heck?
It was an accident.
Uh
I
huh.
meant to hit measuring tool, and I hit
Okay.
the circle tool instead.
Okay.
So I'm just
Yeah. No, you're
pointing
right.
out that-
That would be faster than I would be going.
Mhm. Like, yeah, if something goes wrong, footfalls can get the hell out of there, if he needs to.
I am okay because I can cross long distances while teleporting. So worst case scenario, I can just figure out teleporting to the closest thing.
Though I feel like if we're gonna have one person go off on their own, it shouldn't be Finric, because Finric's got the stealth abilities that can help the whole group.
Okay, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Because you got Pass Without a Trace and the invisibility.
The problem is, I think, who would be the most capable of getting in? Because getting out is going to be a shit show no matter what we do. I shouldn't be. We shouldn't be going into this with this mentality. But I play Blaze in the Dark a lot, and that is the mentality I go into those missions, and
Yeah,
I need
like-
to not.
Yeah.
You know things are gonna go wrong. You just don't know what
Yeah.
it is. But that's also why you have the flashbacks.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
I guess, like, if we're talking about like being on their own, probably Footfalls is the one, like, because he's fast, stealthy, and he's a bag of hit points. So, like,
But like, yeah.
and he's got
Would be-
all the saving throws.
Well, how are we thinking about getting in?
Well, I still kind of like the idea of a orbital drop down and being invisible while we do it, and rolling to see if we're stealthy enough, and then feather falling at the end, and
I love
trying
all of
to
that.
trying to try to land right at the primary comms array and snip it the way we were told we could, and trying to be as like quick as possible to do it from there. Now, it might not be that we can drop the entire team at once. I think we could probably drop Blythe and Footfalls, but I don't know about Dofthoff and Finric on that one.
Yeah, I think Doftop would be okay. I would be really loud.
Right.
Yeah, that's like as soon as that jetpack comes on. I mean, the only mechanical thing it does is disadvantage on stealth checks, which
Oh,
for me
right.
isn't so bad because I have like a plus 15.
Mm-hmm.
And, um,
Is that before Pass Without a Trace?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, expertise in stealth.
It just hasn't really come up before. We haven't really done a lot of stealth with Fenric.
Yeah,
What?
I'm
Right,
more like
because I assume he's not stealthy.
I am very stealthy.
I have no idea why
He's
I
a
don't
rogue.
think you're stealthy.
Yeah,
Because
well, I
we
mean,
think of him,
he's
him
like-
as a barbarian, but
Yeah.
he's really a rogue.
he's like a 6 foot something rogue.
I love that. I have a character. My first character I ever made was that half orc rogue. She's great. Uh, but yeah. Cool. That's fucking ridiculous.
Cool.
But disadvantage increases your problems in probability of getting a nat 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but-
2 chances to
but
get a
he-
nat 1, but then with a plus 25.
And also, he just has a tendency of getting nat 20s. So, like, yeah. It's
What
Fenric
if-
we're talking about.
True.
What if Fenric's mission was to disable the comms in because because primary comms already drops the comms for this, right? But all of the alarm systems are in the garrison, right?
Well, you know, here's one thing I was thinking. Rather than set off like major alarm bells, maybe we could do something small. I was
Such
thinking
as?
maybe, so I have fog cloud as a spell. I was thinking maybe we could, you know, throw something abnormal in front of one of the cameras to move attention over there.
Hmm.
I literally can summon a demon. That was my
That's
True.
gonna set off alarms.
True.
That's gonna be a lot of attention as opposed to just
what if
curiosity.
the problem with summoning a demon is that it's the biggest thing we can summon because it would be assumed to be a demon attack to the Celestials.
Well,
but-
isn't it? Wait, it's a devil you could summon, right?
Yes. What is the difference? Someone explain to me. I'm so confused.
Devils are lawful evil. Demons are chaotic. evil.
Chaotic. Okay.
Demons
Incorrect.
also aren't part of the Gehenna Federation.
And devils are typically
Ah.
associated with the hells, whereas demons are with the abyss.
Okay, so devils is the one I can summon.
Yes.
And they are not associated with the Federation.
Devils are.
Devils are. Okay. I need a Venn diagram. Okay.
And that's why you have the whole deal with the devil kind of
Yeah.
thing, because they're
Yeah.
lawful evil, so they have rules that they follow because they make deals.
Yeah, okay.
I think I
Okay.
like the devil as once we've stolen the Sword of Damocles, having something for the troops to have to deal with.
Yeah, as we make
Get
out.
away.
To slow them
Yeah.
down.
Oh, it could also be okay.
Because once the sword is out of there, it's only a matter of time before someone notices.
Yeah.
Even if we're super stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we unless we can use one of the flashbacks that is like it was a fake all along to like plant a fake sword of Damocles.
So that is a thing you can try.
Okay.
Boy.
There are ways that it could work, you know, an illusion,
Right. That's
a miniature version that grows when you drop water onto it.
a plant. All right.
Like
I
the
can do
Dragon
plants.
Force does.
What?
Oh, Nothing. I was thinking like the dinosaur sponges.
Yeah, I was thinking dinosaur sponges.
Oh.
You know, it the moment someone like actually checks it out, they'd notice, but it would make them take longer to check it out. Because
I
they would
have an
see it
idea.
and be like, "Oh, it's still there," rather than see that it's missing.
I have an idea.
We could just put a sign that says "Gone for a walk." Sign Sword of Damocles.
Yeah, gone fishing.
Yeah. All right, what's your idea?
My idea is I want to grow a forest on the other side of this desert. I want to spend 8 hours in the night desert growing a forest.
Why?
To give us more chances of escaping on our way out.
Get lost amongst the trees.
Also, because I feel bad for the goblins that live there.
To give them actual wood to burn
Yeah.
for their fires.
And plants and more food to eat. It would be good for a whole year. Without
Wow,
me there
you-
to sustain it, yeah.
Even in the middle of the desert.
Yep.
Wow.
But I have to concentrate on for 8 hours.
That is an amazing spell.
It was a great spell.
So yeah, if you want to do that, you can.
That
Just
could
gonna
also be
eat.
something you do on the daylight side, and that would be something that they would be like, "That's odd," but also not be like, "Oh, sound the alarm."
I guess, but if I cast it as an action, it it just will bamf out the plants that already exist there. It won't create a forest.
Well, I mean,
I don't
How
know
lo-
what kind of
how long does it take for the forest to manifest? Because do you need to concentrate
Instantaneous.
on it?
If I
Okay,
use
so then-
if I use one action, it's instantaneous. The whole thing. It just will not be sustainable. It won't sustain itself.
Okay,
The
but-
only the 8-hour thing is so it will live for more than a year without me there. For at least a year without me there, actually. And makes the land fertile.
Setting aside, say you concentrated on it for 8 hours, could we hide in the forest while you're concentrating, so that then it's there?
The forest is difficult terrain.
We got a ranger.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if me concentrating on it means it's slowly starting to grow during 8 hours of time.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think it starts to grow, and it gets thicker over time, and you can hide in it. And
okay. I can also do it without me being the center of it. I don't have to be the center of it. The radius of it is 150 feet,
Okay.
and the distance of it from me is 150 feet. The radius of it is 100 feet.
okay, cool.
Oh, so it's a tiny ass forest.
200 feet circle diameter of forest. It's not tiny.
Yeah, but
But
it's
it's
not
not-
like a
For a forest, that is
national
tiny.
forest or like a
Yeah.
park.
That's a thicket. That's a grove. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's an
forest.
oasis in the desert.
If I cast the spell for over 8 hours, it's gonna be all plans in a half-mile radius.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
This is what Eric, I picked this when I started building the greenhouse. This is what I've been doing at the greenhouse every time I work on it. It's casting plant growth concentrated for 8 hours.
No wonder the city's growing so quickly. There's so much food.
Yeah, I'm literally there being you don't need a patron for agriculture. I'm here.
That's a lot of time for your ADHD.
It is, but it's also very much
Oh.
listening to really loud music for Blade.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's hyper focusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
The hyperfixations,
Uh,
get in on it, and then you just forget to eat or
Everything
sleep
else,
or
yeah.
anything else for 8 hours, and then you're just like, oh, I'm done. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom.
Do anything else, yeah. But yeah.
okay.
Cool.
But that is I've literally gone through almost all of my spells. I can speak with animals at will. I can read all writing. Uh
Useful.
I can remove curses. I don't know why I have prestidigitation. That is silly.
You wanna sweep up,
Yeah.
whatever,
Instant
I will
shower.
start cleaning up the dust.
Actually, for someone with ADHD, prestidigitation would be the most useful spell.
Yeah, it would be.
Like, I would, forget to shower and then be like, oh, I'm stinky. Never mind.
Bap.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. I only take prestidigitation on my characters who are neat freaks.
Gesundheit.
Just the rest of them will just take showers. Yeah, thank you. I do have to jump off.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been. I also have Flock of Familiars. That's the last spell I have that might be of interest, and Hold Person. Those are
I'm
the
not
last
familiar
spells.
with Flock of Familiars.
Flock of Familiars is like Find Familiar, but with 5 different familiars. Because
Birds of a feather.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this joke has been made many times around Blythe.
Yeah, no, around footfalls as well.
Additional humanoid. For each slot level above second, so second, third. How many? The second, third, fourth, fifth, and I can do hold person that holds 4 people at the same time. That's it.
Nice.
Okay.
All of my spells are level 5. I only have 3 spell slots. That's it. I'm just reading off my entire character sheet at this point.
All right.
That's it.
Oh,
That's all I got.
You just got your 3rd spell slot, right?
Yeah, like a level ago.
Level 11, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is. I do have a question
Yeah.
for Eric. Will we get downtime? Or is this the mission we started and that's it?
I mean, the whole thing is legwork. Like, there's not really what was your character up to since last time we saw them.
Yeah,
because
that's fair.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So it's just gonna it's just like Steal the Sword Part 1, Part 2, Part 3.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay. As many parts. I'm
As
not
many
saying that
as
we
it
should do it in
takes,
3 parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we found a lot of information here. So
Yeah.
the next step is, well, between sessions probably is trying to think of like, okay, but what's the best, most optimal?
Yeah.
And it may help to like actually just sleep on it and like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk
I
amongst
think our-
yourselves. Talk to me.
I think best plan is to infiltrate in the stealthiest way possible, and then the exit plan is where things start going to shit. Actually, the moment I do this so often, this is ridiculous. I'm expecting this at this point. So entry plan is always, it goes, most of the time it goes okay. You have most space to fix it. It all goes to shit the moment you arrive at the place with the thing that you're stealing, and then it also goes to shit from there. So if we can keep it all like with no alarms going off, with no one getting alerted up until we get to the sword, and then everything going to shit after that, we can just improvise after that point, or create enough opportunities that our improvisation is like approximate enough to the mission that it works. But yeah, I think
Right.
up until we get to the sword, we should try to be as stealthy and as undetected as possible.
Also, I did think of this as well, since we're talking about downtime. Maybe we could do like a downtime action sort of thing where each of our characters are gathering some sort of information or doing some kind of role. It doesn't have to take a week the way downtime normally does.
yeah, but, like-
maybe that's the thing.
Do a specific hey, what are you doing, rather than hey, party, let's just
Mhm.
start. What are you all doing?
Right,
Kinda,
we
like,
get the
take
montage
the time.
of
Yeah.
preparation.
Okay. I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And Eve, are you still on the call?
Here, yeah.
Are you
Just
part of
jumped
the other mission that's happening?
What other mission?
That's probably a no.
No.
The one that
Renee
is happening
and
this
Bucky,
week.
yeah, this Wednesday.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I'm not.
good.
I'm not on.
I wasn't sure if you were or not. And I
Because then
was
I would
like,
have to
oh
not
yeah,
be.
is this gonna conflict? How are we gonna do that? Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Whichever mission Blythe dies on is the one that happens later.
Hey, fuck off.
Well, she's not in it, so it doesn't matter. But yeah,
I'm not
basically that's what I was
dying.
gonna say. What if she dies on both?
Oh, God,
Well-
stop it!
Doppelganger, obviously.
Stop it! I'm not dying.
Right? No, of course not.
Hey, fuck off!
I'm saying no. You're not gonna die.
That you got it. You got the DM to promise you're not gonna die. No,
Mm.
you're not gonna die.
Well,
Well,
Blythe
no.
might not die, but maybe Blythe dies, and it turns out that the Blythe we've been with the entire time is a fake, or I don't know. Like, what was it? The Mr. Sicarian flashback thing, where it's like, oh yeah,
It was a
if
fake
Mr.
Blythe all along.
Sicarian dies, then the one that we know just is a fake Mr. Sicarian who's pretending to be him.
I mean, it was also just like the heist flashback. It was a fake the whole time. But
Yeah.
it's Blythe.
Yeah, it's a fake Blythe the whole time. It's
Yeah.
it's I don't know what kind of spell is it? Duplicate.
The simulacrum. There's other clone. No, clone doesn't make a. Clone is for when you die. No, clone would work. Yeah.
Or Blythe. I really would like her not to die. It
Well,
would make me so happy if she
if
was
everything
just.
goes according to plan, she won't
Which we don't
die.
have yet. I want everyone to just keep in mind the scene from Ocean's 11 where it's like, and say we get through the doors that we can't open, and through the lasers we can't disable. This is us right now. I want you to remember this. I'll find the
Yes.
find the clip somewhere. But
So there is one thing which I wanna hopefully maybe figure out, and maybe this is a thing we had to do in the downtime. Maybe this is something I don't know, but I wanna know distance from vault entrance to Sword of Damocles. Like, how far is that? Because if it is less than something like 420 feet or whatever the fuck, then Footfalls could get there in one round, and it wouldn't matter how stealthy he was.
fucking bullshit. Get out of here, football.
So
We still haven't figured out how we're transporting the object.
well,
Yeah, that's the other question. I know
Yeah.
gate was brought up. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's feasible.
right. Gate could be a thing. Also, once we
Reverse
can-
enlarged.
once we're in the room with the sword, then from there we can be a bit more brutal and more chaotic, and potentially we could bring in the sun jumper as well.
Yeah, if it opens,
Um,
if the hatch at the top opens and we can get, but I feel like for us to get that to work, we need to have control of the control room, and if we set the alarm off the wrong way, or well, if we set the alarm off, everything will lock down, so it would probably not do that for us. So, yeah, okay, I really need to go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Leave.
But yeah, that's something to take care of. I did find the thing, by the way. It goes say it's So I have a question. Say we get into the cage and through the security doors that we can't get through, and get the passcode for the thing that we can't get, and the voice recognition that we can't get. It's like, yeah, it's pretty great. Watch Ocean's 11 again. Get inspiration. I'll see you guys next week or whenever we do this.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.